You have to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes to talk to us. And we're a fun group, so you're not going to want to miss it. Okay, and by the way, so we'll be on live. Ugh, my stomach. We'll be on live for 1 to 2 hours. So you're going to want to actually tap in, okay? So we are coming this way instead of the cards way, so we'll just figure it out. I think we are doing okay. Hopefully it's not too dark. Let's test the lighting real quick because it really sucks because I have to wear sunglasses. All right, so I do think I need to plug in that one extra light. I do think I need to plug in that one extra light. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I have to. Hey, Angie girl. Miss Thailand? All right, let me see if I have to. You have to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes to talk to. Mute the site. All right. So let's try that again. Because these are really light. So I want to make sure we can actually see these. But I also see that shadow that is coming from the tripod in front of the light. Or maybe I can just adjust that light. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Gotta eat to live, gotta live to eat. Otherwise we get along. Ah, looks like that handled it. How about that? Because the shadow's over here now. But I'm over here. So I think that handled it. Oh, how cool that this is the card I'm actually putting in front of us. Is the strength card. I do want that extra light on though. To get rid of that back shadow. 1 second. Do do ahead of the da 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 da. Oh, Jesus is bright. Lord, take it down, take it down. All right. Hey, boo. Hi, 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 hi. Oh my God, hey, everybody. I know, I'm coming on late. I am. But my sleep schedule sucks ass right now. So, um, I've got to fix it because I need to be up during the day doing my work. Oh God. And you guys, I think I'm gonna return to TikTok and do personal readings because we have to get up like almost $2,000 to move. And he can't do it because he's pretty much living in a hotel right now. So, like he can handle the bills, but the saving part, I'm gonna have to jump in with that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it in 5 days, but we're gonna figure this shit out. All right. So, it's like, girl, burnout time is over. You are healed. Let's keep going. But I'm healed yet unclear. So it's like, I don't know where you want me to go. Or maybe I'm just a spoiled, not a spoiled, but yeah, I guess. Like it's a child in tantrum. I don't want to be a reader. Like, I don't know. I don't know, honey. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to be a reader. You know, like, because is this really my life? You know what I mean? So I think on some part, I'm like, moving out of state, girl. That's the other thing. So it's like, got to get the money up to pay for deposits. And then got to get the money up to move. That's what, $3,000? Oh my God. I don't even want to think about it. But the 3,000 I have a while to get up. I'm trying to convince him to let us do movers and not U-Haul trucks because no, no. I did buy some really cool moving bags. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Look how big. It's a 90 gallon or something? 90 liter. 90 liter bag. So it's super big. I got 12 of them. Hopefully that's enough. I'm going to have to make it enough. Make it enough. Wait, what movie is that? Oh my God. It's a black woman. Make it enough. Oh! Friday. Okay. So I got, look how huge. In comparison, it's my head to my fupa. Hopefully y'all can hear me. And then it's like so spacious. Because I don't want to do boxes. Like, I'm over moving boxes. I want stuff that I can reuse. So, hopefully that's enough. And to try to make it enough, we've got a vacuum. So hopefully that'll work. Anyway, hopefully that's enough. Oh, did you like moving with those bags, Angie? Are they nice? Pack cubes. Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. Because I want stuff that I'll be able to reuse or to be able to put away nicely, you know, for the next move. Because we're planning to buy next year. Yes, even in this strange ass economy. Like, his income and all that stuff is fine. It's just he wasn't a grown up for a while, you know. He's a mama's boy. And so we're trying to get the apartment so that he can also fulfill his wish for a month of living by himself. I've never done that. Well, nobody told you to get married at 19. So you can get out your mom's house and end up with your mom like as a wife. So it's like, you make stupid decisions, honey. You ready to be a grown up? Yeah, I think the packing cubes would be cute. Because I did see, like, you can get, like, a bookshelf and then, like, slide them in there. So, I like that idea. Oh, girls, the shit that's been going on, though. Y'all, I keep coming back to that Mother Nature reading we had. When I woke up today and I saw the shit that went down in China, like, there's no other better word. Like, it was my nightmare. I've had nightmares of drowning. I don't know if that's a past life or what, but I've had so many nightmares of being underwater, not being able to breathe, etc. Though, as I aged a little bit, I started breathing underwater in my dreams, and I learned that saying that you're a spiritual being, you're a spiritual person. But oh my God, this shit, oh, if you have not seen that video, you'll probably watch it on like 50 times because it looks like AI. It looks like AI. And when I opened the app, I was like, is this AI? And then I saw it was CNN. And then I was like, it still could be AI. You know, and then somebody said, an earthquake caused a glacier lake to break. And all of a sudden, and those people were in a valley. Like, literally, the building's here. So it's across the valley. So I guess this is like a check. Oh, that's what it was. It was at the border of Nepal and something else. So I guess it's a checkpoint because it looks like it went from one end of the valley to the next end of the valley. So, oh my God, it was just horrible. And the water just went over the checkpoint. Like over this building they had, like this government building, like I guess you walk in from each side or whatever. It went over that shit. Oh my God, that's my fear. That's my freaking fear. Then you guys, France had a tornado. New York had a tornado. Indonesia had a freaking earthquake of like 7 point something. Cali had an earthquake. It was minor. I'm like, we were warned about this. But goddamn. And I just kept saying, I see so much water. I'm like, I know this is just a storm. You know, I know this is just showing wind, but I see water. It's wild. Oh my God. And I actually dreamt, not this, well, I can't tell you if I dreamt it this summer because I can't remember any of my dreams. But I did dream about the Sri Lanka tsunami. And that's when I was like, what do you do with this gift if you can't help people? Like, what's the point of seeing it if you can't stop it or say something, you know? So I dreamt of that tsunami in Sri Lanka. And that's when I actually had my first dream, my second dream, because my first one I had while I was pregnant with my son. But that's when I had my first dream of being able to breathe underwater. I saw the water coming from the beach, was scared, and then I could breathe underwater. Wow, you've had baseball size hail. What? Oh my God. And then the storm we had on Sunday, crazy storm. I was going out to meet my son who was here for his 30th birthday to celebrate with, family and friends down here because he doesn't live here anymore. And so he came down because that's what he wanted for his birthday. And so just before we went, I'm like, this storm is crazy. It's really weird and really strong. And I'm like, if it's still storming, I'm not going to be able to go out because I couldn't get my brakes fixed. I just got them fixed today. But it's like I got my brakes fixed today. I got my tires replaced last week. Like, it's a lot of bleeding. But anyway, and then the kids went back to school. Ugh, gosh. And which is, another reason he hasn't been able to save money. This is crazy. Why is this a Seven of Swords and a Death card? These are the cards, by the way, that Q got us. I say us, but yeah, okay, so these are the beautiful cards by Q that match my book. Look how gorgeous that Death card is. Oh my God. But anyway, so that lightning storm, that storm that I experienced then went to Fort Myers and killed a mom and a twin, a 2-year-old twin. They were trying to run from the car into the house, and the mom and the daughter got struck. I guess the dad had the other daughter and the mom had one daughter. They were struck by lightning. What? Bruh. What? Oh man. What a But we saw it. We saw it. We saw it. We saw it. Because when I did the overview of, and oh my God, and we saw the food shit too. What? We did. All these freaking recalls. It's like, it's going to be a food problem. Get ready. So yeah, I got to get water straws ASAP. Water filter straws ASAP, because that's coming. That's coming. It's wild, bro. Pay attention. Pay heed. Heed. Okay. But there's a 7 of Pentacles here, though. This feels like get prepared, though, more than anything, because this is, planting seeds, waiting for harvest. So this is a get prepared type of thing. I'm telling y'all, this is what August is actually for, is get prepared. Here's the 8 of Cups in reverse. So to me, that feels like don't put it off. Just get prepared. Get prepared. Get prepared. Get prepared. Yeah, I love the blue edging. I'm like, oh my God, I have special cards for once. Because there's so many I want, and they're so pretty. Yes, get prepared, get prepared, get prepared. Oh my goodness, I'm dry. Hold on, I gotta get my water. I have the chat up on the computer because I can see it better than scrolling up the phone. Why'd you take my chat away? Oh, frick. What did I just do to get rid of my chat? Come back. Oh my God. Yeah, there's hardly, it's such a good joke. Dulce, I forget her last name, but she's a comedian. And she did a joke of, and it's so funny. I'm looking on the computer to see my chat. Chat's gone. Are you kidding me? It was just up. It was just up, and then I X something out. Okay, let me go out, and then I'll try to come back. Dulce Moreno? I don't know. She's this black woman who's pretty dope. And she was like, okay, there's the chat. Finally. She said something to the effect, I forget, but she's 3 hours later talking about still, she's, oh, okay, so she's pretending to be God or a health thing or something, and it's like, yeah, something's wrong with me. And they were like, what was it? Was it unsafe product or unsafe food? Okay. Unsafe food, which one? And then it's like, you don't know? So then it just like, hey, Lisa. So she just starts listing off all these foods, and it's like 2 hours later, 6 hours later, still listing all the food. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Jen. Carly. I never got it. Is it Elida or Elida? I never got which one it was. Angie. So everybody, hello. I'm probably after Becky's bedtime. Hey, Leslie. All right. So if you are watching and you're not yet a subscriber, please become a subscriber so that in 20 minutes you can drop your first name and be welcomed by the community. We are pretty close people here tonight, you know? All right, so, and thank y'all. I see your comments right now. That is temporary. I'm sure it's temporary. It's just crazy. I know, Angie, like, America really sucks because there's no country that has a credit check but us. But you know what it's about. As they say, racism is expensive. All this shit came into play once we got our integration and freedom. And it cost everybody. And so then they're saying, see, they're your problem. It's like, no, actually you are. Oh, that was Tibet. Oh my God. So it's Tibet and Nepal. That was that border. It was crazy seeing all those people. And I'm like, normally I hate to see people's last moments. But it looks so fake to me that I just like watched it over and over and over again. And I'm like, where were they supposed to go? And my mom's like, oh, I would hold on to something. Against a rushing lake of water? What are you holding on to, lady? And how strong do you think you are? And what if the thing that you're holding on to is underwater? And then on top of that, it's a bunch of water. What else is in that water? Like, oh my God. It was my nightmare. My absolute nightmare. And that was the first thing I saw when I got up. And I was trying not to see anything bad, you know. Yeah, man. You had a crazy dream Monday that you actually remembered. You think it was premonition traveling? Ooh, what was it? Yeah, it's like when I saw, and now if you go watch the video again, like on that same video that I shared in the chat group, but any video from CNN on TikTok, it'll now say check your sources. So I'm like, are you trying to hint that this is actually fake? Because I would love to hear that. You know, I would love to hear it's really fake and somebody told you it happened and it didn't happen. Like, I would love to hear that. I'm okay with AI in that case. Like, please tell me it's AI. And other people were saying the same thing. Like, please say it's AI. So, like I said, for that to be the first thing I saw today, I was like, oh God, no. But I just keep going like, oh my God, we saw this. And the August reading was 90% depressive. Like, it was really depressive because I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Did I think we were going to lose Hayden and Dolly and Tim? Wrong people. Wrong people. It's supposed to be Clarence. We're supposed to finally hear about Mitch. You know, like, wrong people here. Wrong people. Oh my goodness. Wrong people. Yeah, it was just crazy. It was like hearing last year, because it's about this time last year, that Malcolm Jamal Warner died. And I was like, wait, what? Like, are you serious? Meanwhile, we still got crazy shit going on. We got the Lindsay Clancy case. We got the Nolan Wells thing. We got a Tupac case from 30 years ago. We got another Lindsay and Patrick. I think he was watching the case too hard. I don't know. Then there's the guy who looks like Patrick, who is named Brian, and he off the 4 people in Idaho. And I'm just like, what is life, bro? And then I had to check myself because, I'm looking at the Lindsay Clancy case and I'm like, oh my God, I really can't wait to see this done as a TV show because I need to know all the ins and outs. And I have to go, reality removed, because it's so horrible that 3 kids had to see their alleged father, well, allegedly see their father face as their last face. That's horrible. And, but I'm like, removing reality, because that's the only thing I can do, is like, this case is amazing. Like, I love Reddick. And it's weird because they say that Reddick, defended pedos and stuff. I don't know his record. I haven't checked. You know what? Let's read on Reddick. I want to read on him. Because I think it's like Nancy Grace. When we read on her, like, this is about redemption. All right. I know we just switched off, y'all. I know we switched off the talk to right now because ADHD. However, I am asking that we are protected from anything that is not of the highest sources, that we are protected by the love, light, and energy of the higher power. Call that what you call it. I call it God. You can call it heaven. You can call it the universe. You can call it creation. You can call it Mother Nature. I don't care what you call it. All right. So if you're saying this for yourself. So I ask that we are protected and surrounded from anything that is of low, I hate to use the word vibration because it's such a buzzword, but that's what we're talking about though, of anything of low vibration that is not for our highest good and that does not come from the highest sources. I ask that we are protected from that. I ask that we are guided to what we need to hear and receive what we need to receive. And anything that is not in alignment with our path, that again, that is blocked. And any messages that come through, I'm going to go ahead and say any entity, but tonight I'm not feeling that. So if you can like tell people to wait till tomorrow. But any message that's coming through, please make sure that it is so clear that I'm not sitting here going, what does this mean? Because I want to get off in 2 hours so I can grab some sleep and then try to reset the day. Oh shoot, we got a long day tomorrow. Well, no, not technically tomorrow. The 27th is not our membership reading. Amen. Thank you. And so it is. All right. Good night, sis. No, we've only been on for 23 minutes. Oh my gosh. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. What'd you get? Hold on. What'd you get from DJT? What'd you get from DJT? Oh, and Jen, what was your dream? PC's new wife father has yeah, her father got tied to X. It's crazy. Oh, okay. You're getting it too. Listen, have we spoken since the rally? I mean, the little racy car thing? I don't know if we did. I don't know. It's been a long week already. But, honey, when I say Reddington is here. Oh, hey, beautiful. Oh, thank you. We just did our prayer of protection, but thank you. I will accept that from you. Um, but, ooh, listen. Reddington did not come to play. The first card out for Reddington, child. Look at this. That's the Ace of Wands. That's the Ace of Wands. Okay? This man Oh, I'm getting chills. Thank you. Yes, he's stepped into his divine masculine. Again, I don't know his background. I do know people said, oh, he used to defend pedophiles and stuff. I'm like, I don't know that. Like, if he did, that is horrific because honestly, defense attorneys defend the worst of us, but they also defend people such as Lindsay who did not do it, you know? So, anyway, and I'm not going to say allegedly on that because I'm not stupid. Like, I watched, like, y'all, on my other channel, I have 2 long form videos. They're 10 minutes each. I posted them on Tik because that's where I did it first. That's why I didn't come on last night because I had popped my Adderall and I was like, that way I can concentrate and be awake. But I just so happened to say, let me make a video. Next thing you know, it's 6 hours later. And I made 2, edited 2. And I have a third one to make because I want to start talking about her phones. The double phone, the cloned phone. You know, like, I want to get into that. And I'm just like, ooh. Um, like, I never thought I'd see Matlock for real. And then Big Red is Matlock. But anyway, so that's what happened. That's why I didn't come on last night because I was like, it was like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I'm like, let me just make a video real quick. 6 hours later. So I was like, yeah, nobody's up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually tired, so I'm going to lay down. But anyway, um, so the Ace of Swords, I do think he's in his power era. And I do think, well, I'm not saying the purpose thing yet, but I do think he's in his power era. And I do think because this energy is here, the tower energy is here. Y'all, why does it look like a freaking Lindsay Clancy being pushed out the window type of thing? What? While somebody stands at the top of the stairs or the top of the building. Ooh, this is a tower. Oh my goodness. This is definitely what this is about. It's like, oh, you think you have big D energy? No, babes. Watch me. And I think he knew from the moment he opened that drawer that this was a messed up case, you know? I think that's when he said, I'll take it because it just didn't make sense. You know, and everybody wrote her off. I never heard of the case until like a week or 2 ago. So I can't say I was like every other white lady in America going, "Oh my God, how can you kill your kids?" I was just like, what happened?" You know, and when I got into the case, by watching Patrick's testimony, I'm like, how does anybody believe that she did it? I'm just watching him tell his testimony. He's all like, whenever he gets nervous, this is his move. And then when he's lying, I'm like, dude, you suck. You need to practice. Cause and then when he get mad, you'll see him get mad. Like he'll look down, his eyes will get hooded. I'm like, you little monster. You know? In a dream, you went and visited a friend in the clinic, but when signing your name, you kept writing Jesus Hillerton. Ooh, what does that mean? Who that is? Who is that? God, he is amazing. I think he's gonna have so many people go into law because of that. Um, because he showed that you can actually do good work as a defense attorney. You don't just have to take really terrible people. Anyway. Oh, sorry, my eyes. Suze, did you go to class tonight? So anyway, this is in the past, and this is the tower moment, and I think this is what happened to Lindsay, right? And so Big Red was like, all right, hold my beer, I'm here. And then this is the star. So the crazy thing is, like, I can't see these cards that well with these particular glasses. I need other glasses. I need to get me some light sensitive glasses. Well, I mean, I'm gonna just say, Carly, like the dumbest shit I heard was how she killed herself, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, or how she attempted, right? Because, you know, I've been there. Like I can laugh about it because I didn't crush pills. I just swallowed as many as I could, right? Whole. I didn't crush pills. Why would I? I don't want to taste them. And I know that's supposed to make it happen faster, whatever, whatever, but it doesn't make sense for her to have done the pills. Like, this is the order of things, kinda, right? You're going to take pills, then you're going to superficially scratch your wrist, and then scratch it, as the guy said, the dermis, get down to the dermis, so get down to the meat. Then do that. Not have enough pain to say, hey, you know what? We fucked up. To just go, let me keep going. So I'm going to have more superficial scratches and another one. The superficial scratches feel like somebody who was hesitating and who could not do it, you know? So, and I got to make my third video because my third video is, here's what I think happened, you know? But anyway, so she has superficial scratches on both and then a real deep one that needed stitches. Okay, so she's taken a pill. She has now done both of her wrists. And then she does her neck. So then she has superficial scratches on some of her neck. And then she has a real nice deep one on her neck. And then she goes, you know what? I think this is taking too long. Let me go and push the bed as she's bleeding. But the blood is not on the bed. Let me push the bed. And you're going, people, she says she did it, so she had to have done it. So you're going to look at all this evidence. Let's just go with the fact that she tried to off herself. Let's just go with those little 4 things. That's it. The 4 things that she did to herself. And you're going to say, yep, she did it. Ain't no fucking way. So, wait. We're not even going to get into the fact that the pills she had in her body, 2 of them, she discontinued taking, and she actually didn't have them. Her hubby did in his truck, which was gone to get dinner. We're not going to get there. I'm just talking about the little 4 things that they said she did. So, crushed the pills. Scratched her wrist, then slit her wrist. Both wrists. Scratched her neck on one side, then slit it on the other side. Then said, this is taking too long. Pushed the bed against the window. Like, to continue the story feels so stupid to me to even continue the story. Push the bed towards the window. Climb on top of the bed, which is pristine, by the way. There's no blood on the bed, which means wear the sheets. But I digress. Push the things against the window. And then go to the window. Start climbing on the window. There's no, like, barely any blood on the windowsill. And then be like, oh, Lord, I'm feeling limp. How do I get down? Because she's obviously dangling at some point. And then she's like, oh, no, I'm stuck. And then fall. And I'm sitting here like, yep, she did it. Now, let's get to the fact about the pills. The Seroquel, first of all, I hate fucking antidepressants. I hate them so much. One, they're misdiagnosed. Most women are not depressed. They're not. They're hormonal. 2 different things. You adjust hormones. You don't adjust chemicals in the brain. You find out what hormones they're missing and help them adjust the hormones. Or in her case, you get her a effing husband who knows how to be a husband. Because, never mind. The woman was sleep deprived. I've been there. I had twins. Sleep deprived feels like psychosis. And then when you have a gaslighting ass husband who don't help you with shit, he don't help you push a stroller, pick up a child, feed a child. He don't help you with anything. Of course you losing your damn mind. Because you chances are you don't hate your kids, you hate that man. That's the chances. And then you're seeing stuff in your phone that you didn't put there, but he's telling you, yes, you did. So now you think you're going crazy. Because I didn't look up how to cut my own brakes. And you know he's letting her see. I know he let her see how to cut the brakes on her particular car. That man psyoped her And then they're like, she heard voices for 18 minutes. And then I found out they have a Google Nest. You look up Google Nest, you can speak through a Google Nest. And then they also have baby monitors. Y'all don't remember all that? Oh my God, cover your cameras because they can hack your baby monitors and blah, 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 blah. Y'all don't remember that? That was just a few years ago. So everybody's like, she heard voices. She said she killed him. She didn't remember. She had pregnancy brain, one. So how you gonna remember? Baby, I could not tell you what happened for my kids during that first year of life. What? And I experienced the postpartum of a child crying and crying and crying. The child who turned 30 today, I almost gave him shaken baby syndrome. I was 17. He was 2 weeks old. That boy was crying. Oh my God, he cried so much. And I'm crying with him because I don't know how to make him stop crying. And I was like, maybe if I, and then I always credit Tupac's death, which is kind of morbid, but I always credit his death because we were watching MTV and they said Tupac Shakur had died. And it made me stop and go, what just happened? And then I went, oh shit, what did I almost do? So I can understand if you're forcing her to do sleep training with her baby, which she hated doing. Bruh, come on, man. No, I don't believe she had psychosis. I really don't. I believe she had a sorry ass husband who had a new wife. That's what I believe. And he let her see all this shit and told her that she's the one who did it, but he had a phone that was a copy of her phone. Then, oh my God, it's so much shit. And so, like, you got people, she said, if y'all don't shut y'all, listen, I almost went street there. You don't shut your BA up. Anyway, I'm like, come on, man. I don't even need to get into any of the other circumstantial shit. I don't even need to get into that. I can just get into the fact that y'all just said, and I mean y'all, but I mean like people like, she did 4 things to try to off herself. I don't know one single solitary person who has ever successfully done it that did more than 1 or 2 things. No. And then, see, this is what's going on my third one. Because then when I talk about the Apple Watch, there's a certain period of time where her blood pressure, her BPM goes wild. And I definitely think that's when he did it. That's when, if y'all, have y'all seen the Bratz reenactment? I think that Bratz reenactment is like almost here. We can read on that next. But I think it's almost here. There's some parts that are off to me, but I think they're so damn close. Because for a house that has no Wi-Fi, the Nest checks into her phone 3 times during the 4 o'clock hour. And I was like, the Nest checks in at the 3 o'clock, if 3 times in the 4 o'clock hour. The 4 o'clock hour is when her BPM was insane compared to the rest of the day. So I think with the Seroquel, that's what we were talking about, the Seroquel. Because I read other people's stories of how they reacted to Seroquel. And they said on the low dose, they can go to sleep. On the high dose, they can't do shit. And I've been on an antidepressant when I wasn't depressed. And I just sat there like this the whole time. And I'm yelling at myself in my brain, like, do something. Because I don't have chemical depression. I had situational depression. My life sucked at the time. That has nothing to do with a chemical. That has everything to do with, look at my freaking life. Right? And so they didn't want to give me a stimulant for my ADHD. So they gave me something that treats anxiety and depression. And, it's good for weight loss. First of all, I ain't never lost weight on no damn stimulant. The stimulant be like, hey girl, did you eat today? Oh shit, I forgot. Then I suddenly get hungry. So I have to go eat. And if I don't eat, I have a shake. So far, I haven't lost weight in the last 4 years. But just the little Wellbutrin and Strattera, those 2 had me sitting like this the entire time, screaming at myself in my head, going, get up, do something. I was so, and I'm like, this is why you get suicidal ideations, because they're misprescribing people. They're giving people antidepressants who are not depressed, and it locks you down. You cannot perform in your normal capacity. It sucks. And I think they did that to her because she's a very intelligent person. Postpartum is not the same thing as chemical depression. Postpartum is fucking hormones, people. Let the lady sleep, give her some help. That's what that is. And she felt guilty. Those are not postpartum, like, that's not medical, that's not psychosis. Like, all that medicine was fucking her up, right? Anyway, but she had 2 times that amount. And so that's like a freaking tranquilizer. So she's like this, even worse. And honestly, I think she was asleep because when you look at her, and I think the nest, I think he checked into that nest first to check on her to make sure she was asleep. And then while he was doing his thing with her in the 4 o'clock hour, somewhere between 4 and 5, while he was doing his thing with her, he was checking the time. He was checking the nest because he wanted to make sure the kids were still downstairs. That's what I think was happening. And when he finally put her outside, she would have been outside for about an hour before she was found, because the neighbor found her at 5:50. And that would explain her 82 degrees body temperature. Not just the fact that her spinal fluid was going out her ears, but because she literally was lying in that snow a lot longer than they wanted to say. I think she was potentially off during the 4 o'clock hour because then he's texting himself with her phone saying, hey, can you go get dinner? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing that shit. He was doing that shit. And she has a cloned phone. And the detective only looked at one phone and not both phones. He knows people. And allegedly, his uncle was chief of police in the early 2020s or something like that. So, I'm just saying, just by those 4 things of the medicine, the wrist, the neck, the bed, out the window, there's no way she did that shit. Because the Seroquel would have knocked her out. And so you see, around the 4 o'clock hour, when he's too busy being a punk and sawing and cutting at her, her BPM, or her heart rate, was up in the hundreds. And then when he finished, it went pew. It went 88, 88, 60 or something like that, 70. And then it went boom, 57, which is lower than the 60. That lets you know she wasn't even, like, she was lower than sleep, basically. And to me, that tells me in that 5 o'clock hour, she was outside. That's what that tells me. And in that 5 o'clock hour, he was making up all this shit. And then he was trying to take care of the kids before he left. I think he and the mistress were planning to raise the baby. That's why the baby was able to be resuscitated. We can read on that. I don't really care to. I do. I'm doing red, and I forgot what else I was going to do. But like I said, I think she might get off by a hung jury. That was our first reading. I saw, like, possibly a hung jury. I didn't think she would get a straight up conviction. Of course not. And that was before I saw anything about the case, other than a woman was accused of killing her kids. And people were saying, I don't think so. And so I'm looking at it like, no, she didn't do it. No, I'm not doing the baby. I'm just talking about, like, I don't know what I was saying with regards to that, but I don't want to. Now, they're saying that she said, again, I don't know when she supposedly said this, but go with God, right? Oh, I'm getting chills, so I think this is it. They were saying while she was in the coma, like while she was recovering in the thing, in the emergency or whatever, what do you call it? Not NICU, ICU. So while she was there, I'm not sure when this took place, But apparently she told the baby to go with God. Or apparently she said something about go with God. And someone made this suggestion, which I think actually sounds really good, because the baby hung on for a few days. They were saying they think their souls met, and she told the baby to go with God. I think that's possible. I think that's possible. Now, that I would want to know about, because I do think that's very, very possible. But anyway, so looking at this, Red came with the big stick. He's Bam Bam. So he came to do that because he saw this foolishness. He already knew the minute he saw that drawer and those empty pills and that watch that this is what happened. Homeboy stood at the top and he pushed his wife out. But guess what? There's an all-seeing eye. Uh-huh. And right underneath the tower, guess what we got? The King of Swords in reverse. The law failed her. Absolutely failed her. And abused her. Because it was all, like, honestly, it feels all planned. Also, thinking they were going to get away with it. This is the Wheel of Fortune card. Thinking they were going to get away with it. Thinking things were going to, just keep moving, keep going. But pause. He's not walking away from it. He's not just going, you know what? You're right. This is exactly what happened. Because he sees the injustice of what just took place. Absolutely. And so I think he knew, I have one thing to do. And that's help this woman who has the world against her now. And I mean, he took her ability to walk, not just her kids, but the constant pain and reminder of living. That's why I'm worried that she might not want to live, but hopefully she will decide to, so that she can see this man go to prison. And if he don't go through prison through the law, she should be able to do a civil course against him for fucking up her life. And I do mean it that way. So this right here is the Seven of Swords. Y'all know what the Seven of Swords means. It means paying the piper. Baby, you thought you got away with the crime. You didn't. You didn't. Oh my gosh. I meant to take these cards out because this is one of the extra cards of this particular deck. It is called the Tree of Life, but I think it actually works with this. Hold on. I got to look at what her meaning was again, but I think this actually works because I looked at it yesterday. And let's see. Tree of Life. Creation, flow, flux, and emanation. Oh, I'm on my phone, so I can't look it up for her. Okay. I do think the new chick was in there because, okay, hold on. Let me tell you why. Because if we have Bratz doll reenactment happening at the 4 o'clock hour, how did she call the restaurant at 5:10? And the person remembers speaking to a woman. The dude is stupid to have left the phones. He's so dumb to have left the phones because how is the Bratz doll reenactment happening around the 4 o'clock hour? How is she calling at 5:10 saying, hi, I want to order some risotto and blah, 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 at 5:10? There's no way. And he needed a female voice. I bet he got Rachel Doppelganger Girl. Mm-hmm. And then for her to have either helped him do it or just helped him be an accomplice with the phone, for her to even do that and then be okay having kids with him, girl, you crazy. Matter of fact, I want to look at her. You're Natalie Harp nuts. Because, my God, you look like his ex. And he killed, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Patrick, if you want to sue me, let's do discovery, baby. But 3 kids. Or you did. One of y'all did it. 3 kids. And I'm wondering if you didn't participate because the girl said she felt like she was watching herself do the stuff. So make it make sense. Anyway, so Tree of Life, I wish I can look at my app, but I can't. The Tree of Life, again, because she doesn't go as detailed in here, but she has an app with this thing, and it does say more. And so, again, the Tree of Life, it says dynamic pattern, creation, flux, emanation. I can't give it to you. So I'm going to have to just skip that card. I'm going to look it up later for the Tree of Life. But then we have, we have the Five of Swords. Because you thought you were her competition, but now? What? You thought you had her bound in hell or in jail? What? These are coming in reverse. So no, babes. This is definitely catching up. I don't care for Swifties. I'm sorry. I just don't. Don't sue me. But your girl has not told the administration to stop using her music. She's MAGA light coded. Don't tell me about what she did 2 years ago. I don't give a shit about 2 years ago. I give a shit about today. She ain't standing on business today. So I ain't no Swiftie. I never was. I'm definitely not now. Okay? Why do they freak you out? Do yours go no? Because I can't get a no for anything. Mine just go, yeah. If we're not moving yes, it's a no. So does yours actually do the whore in a hen house? I don't know. Wow, I don't get that. That's so cool. Oh man. But I feel like it's two of my guys speaking and one's like left and one's like right. So they're just like whatever. It's weird. It's weird. But it's kind of like when I did I tried a Luigi board. I tried a Ouija board when I was like 19, 20. Lisa, you have to, like, one of the best advice I heard was like sleep with it. So like I wore my jacket one night and I had it in my pocket because energy, you know? So it was like sleep with it. And then there's a full moon coming up. So give it the bath because the full moon's here tomorrow night. Or technically tonight because I think it's going to be like in the early hours that the full moon's actually out. So put it out, do the bath. And same thing with pendulums. For anybody who has a pendulum tonight or tomorrow, whatever, would be a good time to do the cleanse. But I tried the Ouija board because, you know, these white girls had one in ninth grade and they did it. And I was like, they're just pushing it, you know, by themselves or whatever. Because they're like, yeah, da, 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 da. Okay. So then one day I bought one. I was like 19, 20. And I was like, let me see. Because I didn't do it with them. And, you know, and then they did the whole witchcraft thing. I'm not a witch. I don't do that. So they, you know, the whole light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Ugh, I'm not into that. Right? So, so I got it myself. And, you know, I did pray first. And I did have a white candle with me. And I, like, poured candle oil on it so that, you know, like, I was trying to do whatever I got to do to make sure it ain't no spirits or anything. This is just amateur me because I don't have any guidance or direction with that. When I say that shit was moving on its own, I was like, what is happening? Like, I was like, it's real. Girl, I threw that shit in the garbage. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Because I think that's around the time my air conditioner went all the way to 46 by itself. And I'm like, oh no. Nope, nope, nope. Mm-mm. In the garbage. Yeah, that went in the garbage immediately. But I had a deck. I had this deck, but as I was saying on the live that I did with Scott the other day, this is just way too complicated for a beginner. Like, don't start with this. Way too complicated. I just didn't understand it. No. And as you see, I really don't use it. So I'm like, why did I get it? And I think I'm just going to get it for the sake that it's my first part of the story. But yeah. Yeah, it does freak you out actually, because when I got the rods, I'm like, surely they're moving it. Well, I mean, the pendulum freaked me out too, but when I did the rods, and y'all saw what a struggle it was. Like, if you see my first rod first rod reading I did on camera, I think that's the one where DT came in. And I was like, how does this work? Or it might have been one before that. And it's just like waiting, waiting, waiting. So the fact that yours are fast, that's amazing. Mine is like, I guess I'll answer. Like, okay, what I don't have time for is this. All right. But the pendulum, when the pendulum started swinging by itself, I was like, whoa. And so I was nervous. I definitely was nervous at first. But then when we were doing that one reading where I was packing it away and I was still hearing from the guide, I went, oh, you're a guide. Got it. So it's not the actual pendulum, it's you. This is how we're communicating. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. I understand now. And so it's just one more way to communicate. It's the same thing as when I'm reading. When I'm reading with the cards, I get visions. And so I'm like, oh, okay, this is what this means. This is what this means. Oh, okay, got it. You think you're already connected? I don't think so. I think they just wait for you. That's the thing. Because when I did the reading with Scott the other day, somebody was like, tarot is such a serious job. Like, it's not a gift, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, the cards themselves are an actual tool, but it definitely could be a gift for you to be reading them. It's like the same thing as like a basketball is a tool. Like nobody was born to be a basketball player. Actually, yeah. Actually, some people are. Like, that's where they're going to be able to have their platform and their purpose, right? It gets them through the door. And so there are people who are idiot savants or just prodigal people, like, they come. So I think it just was waiting for you, to be honest. I think it was just waiting for you. Because like I said, I think you're going to do everything. And honestly, I think some of these tools are just intro, and then it's like, all right, girl, now that you got that handled, now that you're not afraid, we can put the tools away now, and you and I can talk by ourselves. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I can definitely understand that it could be scary. I can. But I also think your own soul team would be like, you doubt your visions, here you go. I'm answering this right up. Right up. And that's how these cards work for me. That's how the pendulum works for me. That's even how like when I did that reading with Nolan, I literally felt the hug when when both of the rods crossed and like crossed all the way up. I was like, oh my God, this is a hug for your mom. Like I felt it. It was like, whoa. So I felt it in the rods themselves, but I also felt it on my person as well. And I was like, oh, it was just a big, big, big thing. And then you saw in that Nolan reading when he was extremely angry at the boys, at the young men, it was just like, whoa. I was like, whoa, hold on. You don't talk like. So it felt like Ghost when the guy was doing the penny. I was like, what are you doing? What's the name? Coriander or Corian? I don't know what Whoopi's name was, but where you're like, what's happening? Yeah, so I really think it's like that it just waits for you. It waits for you. Yeah, you close your eyes sometimes it's slow to not watch the kettle brew. Yeah, I think that helps too, to help concentrate and then also not be like, what am I doing? Because I'm telling you, like, honestly, still all this stuff to me is like, what are you doing? Like, that's why I say I'm a reluctant reader, because I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I collecting deck after deck after, like, what are you doing? Yeah, as somebody who doesn't want to be a reader, you're sure getting a whole lot of cards. And then I got the rods. I thought you didn't want the rods, but I was feeling the need to get them, because you didn't want them either. I remember you're like, nope, I don't do, nope, nope, to the rods. And then you got them and you can read them better than me. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, everybody would like to roll without the props because it depends on how you feel about yourself, right? Because it might feel like I'm more authentically gifted if I don't have the toys. But at the same time, if you know the toys are just enhancing you, then, you're fine. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like for me, as a person I am, I doubt what I hear in my mind. I doubt what I'm being told. Like, unless I do hear an external voice, which is not psychosis for me. I literally heard God was like, I said quit. And I was like, oh, who the hell said that? I had to hear something external to actually make a move because I'll keep thinking it's me, you know? And that's the other thing. I also think Lindsay's intuition was trying to override all the shit that she was being told. Because I'm sure, like every woman who finds out their husband's cheating, that, she was already told he was. But it's the truth, Carly. It is absolutely truth. But you know what, too? Hold on. I'll get back to you in a second, Carly, because I know Susie wants to go to sleep. But like Susie, like I noticed, like on TikTok, for instance, it makes shit go so much faster because it's like, and that was another reason I wanted the rods because I was like, okay, I'll do that on TikTok, but damn, the rods are long, so I'll have to wait till like I get a setup where I can like have a desk and everything. But it goes so much quicker, and I think people are more drawn to that than anything. And it's crazy because you're like, I'm not telling this where to go. And then you get people who think they are so hoity toity, like, I've been doing this for years, I've studied it, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to tell you that your mind is making this go where you want it to go. I'm like, I don't want it to go to these answers. I want to hear yes. Like, honestly, I wanted to hear, like, you see with the pendulum, I've been like, is DT alive? And since December, so now what are we going on? 9 months since December. Matter of fact, he went missing today, a year ago. So I think this is when he had his major stroke or major surgery or something like that that left him almost catatonic, but left him so weak, right? So then, um, oh yeah, I think she started that today or next week or something. Um, but what was I saying? Oh man, I lost it. I didn't take my medicine. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I forgot. What was I talking about? Does anybody remember? Oh, you still get the same answer too. Okay, okay. I remember. We're talking about orange. But I want to be wrong. Like I wanted to be wrong. And so when I heard somebody say, no, the pendulum or the rods, it's your energy. You could be willing it to go where you want it to go. And I'm like, I'm sure that's true, right? But not for me. Like so far, no. Like sometimes, like with him, I'm like, dude, I want to be wrong. Like not anymore now because you've been telling me for 9 months that he's not alive. But every time we did it, I'm like, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong because I don't want to believe these people will be that corrupt to do what they're doing. But man, they are. And I can't wrap my mind around it. That the way that they're gaslighting us with AI. Like, I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, for instance, and I just talked to my mom, and she's like, no, 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 he's alive, he's alive. And I said, oh, yeah? She's like, yeah, did you see, like, Melania yelling at him? I was like, yeah, I did see Melania. That wasn't her. You asked for what? So, I'm just going to show you this picture real quick. We're not going to turn this into an AI thing. But I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, Melania, what are you talking about? Look at it, you be like, Ain't no way in hell. Wait, before I get to Milani, let's see if this shows up. It doesn't show up well. Now, remember, somebody was like, he's like a serial killer. Dude, this guy over here, y'all gonna have to look it up yourself. That guy over there, on that side, this is the guy who killed the kids in Idaho. This guy killed the kids in Boston. They look like twins. So something wrong with that bloodline. Because they look like twins. Matter of fact, let me see if I show you the guy. This is the guy who killed in Idaho. Him. Now look at Patrick. Hold on. I'm gonna show you Patrick right quick, and then um. So you see that guy? Look at Patrick, bruh. Twins. Twins. Like what? They got the same face. But then Melly Mel. They're like, this is Melly Mel. Ain't no way. They're like, oh, it's the. You said Audi 5. Oh my God, is that like the Bay Area Audi 5? Audi 5000G or Audi 500? I forgot what it was. Audi, because it was based off of the car, but whatever. But anyway, they're like, oh, it's the distortion of the bulletproof glass. No, it's not. Y'all act like we have not seen people behind bulletproof glass before. Like, why are you playing with me, bro? Okay, doesn't it look like Brucey or Caitlyn or whatever? And then when they turned their head, look at that beak. That lady does not have a beak. Melly Mel does not look like a toucan. And it's weird that nobody's calling this junk out. Like this girl, you know, she does lots of that creator. She does lots of video, political video. I'm like, why did you not call out the fact that that looks like Caitlyn? That's not, it's not Melly Mel. And then there, this thing is wearing the same exact outfit, just in different colors, as they were supposedly wearing here, because this is also AI. So instead, they're wearing a white shirt, same type of shirt, and then dark pants, same type of pants. This lady is a fashion, I'll say fashion icon, because she does wear some pretty nice clothes. So she's like a fashion icon for the MAGA light. She would not wear the same outfit back to back. Like, she would not wear the same outfit back to back, just different colors. Are you serious? Look at that. Same outfit. She wouldn't do that. Nah, this definitely isn't Melly Mel. There's no way. And they're like, oh, she would. I was like, yeah, nah. But then, look at this right here. You see, she's supposedly holding his hand at the, I heard you guys were looking for me. Girl, who are you? Mystical? Okay. But you see her hand? Her fingers on top of his? That's AI, bruh. That's AI. Ay. That was that hand zoomed in. Ay. So that's saying, like, I would have he be alive than to know that my government, allegedly entertainment purposes only, is fully gaslighting me with AI. This is dangerous. Okay? Look, that's AI. But you see how she looks different? Oh, y'all, and she got the reptile eyes in this one. It has the reptile eyes. Okay? So this don't look like Caitlyn, but, and the other thing about AI that they do really bad is they make like a really deep divot by the nose. But then you see how much her eyes cover her entire pupil. I'm like, this shit is AI, bro. No, it's real. It's real. Like, listen, I've been where you are. I don't want to think my government's doing this to me. But you know what they're doing? This to me? Like, they are. Oh, y'all know my favorite thing. Phones, right? Check it out. So, are you looking for me? Is there something on that phone? But they're touching the phone as if they're recording. You know. Okay. AI, bruh. Ay, 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 ay. Um, anyway, so back to Patrick. Oh, wait, hold on, real quick. So this is supposed to be some guy, Doug, what name? Doug Burgum. I forget which one he's supposed to be, which criminal, but of them. He looks like the penguin. But look how they made his face, right? You see that? That's horrendous. But look at this other picture of his face. And look how deeply dark his eye circle is. And then look at this to his face. Now he has a hawk nose and it has a slight slope at the end. AI, bruh. He's meeting all these people. This is AI, bruh. And I can go on and on and on, but I won't. But I will show you Mikey J. Doesn't that look interesting? Look at his glasses. Interesting glasses. Not Mike J. All right, let's get back to reading. Oh, wait, hold on. This is Laura Ingraham, supposedly. Doesn't she look masky fake as well? But that's supposed to be her. So all of these people are supposed to be them, but these faces are cheap because AI can't keep it up. Yeah. So like I said, when they and then you have the girl, and then they like to tell you, oh, it's compression of the video. Listen, stop being stupid. Stop being willfully stupid. You see how they created an aura around her arm where his head was? If you go and watch the video again, when she's going around him to give him the phone, you'll watch her arm suddenly like carve out because his head aura is coming by it. Girl, I look like a straight crypt keeper. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so watch when supposed Natalie gives him her phone. Watch it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go back and watch it. And then one last thing about this. So then you see she's giving him the phone. But look, there's nothing on that phone. I love phones, man. AI can't do it. AI cannot fix a phone. There's nothing on the phone, but look at that hand. And look at her other hand. She has no fingers. It's compression. Okay. Ay. I've been watching movies for the last 30, 40 years out of some shitty quality phones. Like, we have all seen video for the last, 10 years? 10, 15 years on social media, and they never look like this? So, like, it's compression is not the answer, sweetie. Because look at this. Oh, you can't see that well. Because that's supposed to be her standing back there smiling her goofy ass smile. But the guy next to her has a whole bunch of medals on his shirt, and you can't make them out. So y'all can prove it to yourself that the junk is AI. You don't need me to do it. You can go do it for yourself. Just watch it. It's just interesting stuff. How many criminals are in that box, basically. That's how I look at it. Every single one of these people are criminals because every single one of these people are pretending they're talking to him, and they know damn well they're not. That's why he doesn't come around real Democrats. All right. Same thing with the boys in the Nolan case. Oh, they're freaking AI shit. Oh my god. I love that Jay called them out today. But anyway, just real quick. So, 30-year-old with my twins. He turned 30 today, y'all. Isn't that crazy? I have a 30-year-old. I have a 30-year-old. Oh, yeah. So that was my oldest and my youngest. Oh. Anyway. So, let's get back to Patrick and Reddington. Ay. So just some interesting things about it. I'm going to show you the heartbeat stuff. I think I'm going to show it to you because y'all know it spreads out. Oh, real quick before we do. So, all right. just to look at his case real quick. But again, you can go to my Purpose Brand Coach channel, which I'm gonna start doing some actual like teaching over there, because I need to get monetized before YouTube change their rules. They're now doubling everything you need. So it's no longer 4,000 hours. It's now 8,000 watch hours. It's no longer 1,000 subscribers. It's now like 2,000 subscribers. I was like, why are you making it harder? But anyway, this is a CVS, and that is the 3V restaurant. They're trying to tell us that these are the same people. Meanwhile, his bestie is up there, looks just like the other guy. And you guys, this guy has a very interesting thing in his hand. The CVS guy has an interesting thing in his hand. What does it look like? What does it look like? Does it look familiar? Um, it looks like an Apple Watch, doesn't it? It looks like a light colored Apple Watch. Really? His bestie lives on the same route? Route? Wow. But again, if we're talking timeline, timeline's weird. Okay, hold on. So that's an Apple Watch. And then uh, and like his light color is the same light color. And then if you weren't paying attention, there are some other things that are of interest. See, you can't see it that well. The CVS guy is wearing a white undershirt. The 3V restaurant guy is wearing a dark gray undershirt. They're trying to say, oh, the lighting is different. Baby, I can tell the difference between white and gray. Lighting does not change that. Yeah, you can't see it here. So then, oh, that's my kid. Which way did they go, George? Where did they go? Da, 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 da. And then, like, this is the crazy part. Like I said, how do you marry the doppelganger of the woman you're saying who killed your children? Wouldn't you be afraid to see somebody who looks just like your woman who killed your children? Allegedly. Uh-huh. Yep. And then that's the other thing. Like, y'all have to go watch my videos because but yes, the CVS blowers do log CVS blowers do log a flight climb on Apple Watches. See, I did do it on TikTok. TikTok has violated me. So those are the two. So they're over on my other channel. Those are the two videos. So I did a part 1, part 2. I was going to do a part 3, but I think I'm going to have to do it on my other profile so I don't lose this one. But if you want to know what my other YouTube channel is called, it's called Girl Use Your Voice. Because I'm talking about shit, you know? It's my voice. Yeah, so they violated. Damn, TikTok. So this is what my other channel looks like. You can type in Purpose Brand Coach, and that'll bring it up better than Girl Use Your Voice. And so it's there. If y'all want to watch me break it all down. Now, there is if you've seen it, maybe you can find it on YouTube, but I know there are some copies of it on what's the thing called? On TikTok. But there's a thing called the Bratz reenactment video. This is the person who did it. They keep taking it down, right? So this new reenactment video here, this is her actually saying, if we say it's how they said it, this is what this looks like. And so this one, if it's still there, would show how stupid it is. Otherwise, they keep taking down her actual one, but people have screenshotted it and have put it up themselves. So it's actually still there. It's just they don't let her get the credit from it because she had thousands of people watched her original video and I didn't save it. Or at least I don't think I did. I might have. Now that I think about it, I might have saved it. Because sometimes I do download videos because I like to use clips out of them. But anyway, um, so let's go back to Patrick. Well, let's finish up with Big Red. I'm standing Big Red. I'm standing this era of Big Red. Like I said, whatever he did before, that was before he met me, kind of thing. You know, this might be his redemption tour before he dies. You know, but also I think fighting to save all those terrible people is what I think everybody. You know, it's kind of like what I said about Barack and even Biden, like being in there in the office as VP, being in the office as president. Um, Neither of those things were their actually. I do think Biden's being president was his purpose. Like he had to get there because he disrupted the two terms, and we needed that so bad. Because if we think we're struggling now, can you have imagined this thing consecutively? Oh my God! But Barack, his is obviously not his presidency. Like, because if that was just his purpose, he'd be gone already. It's been almost 20 years. So he would be gone. So that wasn't his purpose. His purpose was to have, that's part of it. Let me put it that way. That's not his end destination. That was part of his purpose because he had to become that person. One, so that we always have the inverse, so you could always see the difference. But two, because he's going to be one of our fighters now, because he now has the power of being a past president. So if he tried to be like one of us regular Joe Schmoes on the street without ever having been that top dog, he'd probably be almost as powerless as the rest of us to a degree, right? He was still a community activist. Or he'd be dead because he's a community activist. So he could have possibly been done like the dude from Black Panthers. So, yeah, they have fixed our algorithms to MAGA stuff now. Like I see it everywhere, everywhere. Like the minute Tatum came on my thread algorithm, I said, "Oh, this shit is broken." Then the lady who came out against the Ceto lady came on my thing. I was like, "What the f are you doing on my algorithm?" Like my algorithm should have been so not them. And I'm like, and then I saw this transphobic stuff. I was like, "What? I am not transphobic. Why are you showing me all this shit?" Like it's shit, right? It is shit. So they're getting ready for the season. Y'all know what happens in November. So they're trying to stoke that division, I guess. But no. So just keep saying, I don't like this shit. Like with that, with the videos, you hold it and say, don't show me this again. Oh, and then I started getting ads on TT about, hold on, I think I saved one. I was like, what is this ad? And I went in and I blocked the user because I was like, what is? It's some more of this. Oh, thank you, T Rump. Um, what was the ad? Because it was just recently. Oh no, it's not the T Rump. It's this bullshit. So now they're rolling it out because the anniversary is in 2 weeks. So I was getting hit with all these ads, and then that's an AI him. So I'm like, this is distasteful. Like, why did you do that? Sorry. So I blocked it after I took some screenshots. But yeah, I left a comment on there like, this is very distasteful. So morbid for you to be using the AI version of him without his consent. Yeah. I hit him with that, and then I reported it, and then I blocked it. Because what do you mean? All right, so let's finish up with Big Red, because I want to get into this whole CIA director thing. Going over to Rusky Land. Oh, you got it too? Okay, I miss my Chinese spy. They knew what I liked. Okay. So what I was saying is I think Big Red got it. I think he definitely has it. Um, and so I think right now he's going to be trying to just get this, try to do the not guilty. Um, because there's a chariot. So he's not going all in yet. He's just doing what he needs to do to make sure they can't come after her. Chariot in reverse. Um, and this is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And so this is, after he does that, guess what he's going to do? He's going to flip that shit. Why? Because here's the queen. Not just the queen. This queen is going to point out the manipulations of the magician. Yeah. And then we'll be looking at the Six of Swords in reverse. And so that means we're going to put this man up the creek without a paddle because he can't pass go. Like I said, if he was him, like if he was smart, he would go live in a different country right now because like they coming after you. Like if they don't come after him, I would be so surprised because they pretty much not said he did it, but they definitely said he was an accomplice to it, allegedly. They're definitely saying there's some sneaky shit here, okay? And that there's some secrets and higher agendas, hidden agendas going on. We got 3 people to blame, I think. I think we have some lady named Rachel, some guy named, what was his friend's name? And then another person named Patrick. And they gonna come after him. He's scared shitless. I really do feel like literally he's having stomach issues. He's scared shitless because now there is something new happening and it's not the thing he wants to be happening because now, oh, y'all, this is a 4 for 4. He's getting dealt a 4-4. So he's about to be boxed in. 4 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Pentacles. Boy, you finna get boxed in. Oh, he's feeling it. He's feeling it. Y'all know what he does. Like, I'm watching him like, oh, I know body language people having a field day with you. Because guess what? They pretty much got the evidence there. Now, they can't say he did it because you got to prove he had help. And I think that's what they're going to try to prove. Or try to get him to, like, spill or something. But they got enough evidence that he should be picked up and questioned after this is over. If this was TV, it would be pretty much not guilty and then a knock at the door. Patrick, you're under arrest. You have a right to remain silent. You know what I mean? Like, if that was correct, that's what it would be. So we shall see. We shall see. Now, let's talk about this with respect to Miss Rachel. Ugh, let me not call her that. Oh, Susie, you can sleep, girl. Put the phone down. No, you can't get sick again. Put the phone down. He's like the weird kid in AP class, scratching nervously. Okay, I need to see Rachel. Rachel's kind of weird. Like, she's like the person who writes the serial killers and say, like, will you be my baby daddy? Because obviously he's a serial killer. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. This is just my opinion. I'm just going off of circumstantial evidence. And the fact that there are three gone now. So if he didn't do it, he knows who did. All right. Oh my God. Then when you see him in the restaurants, watch his phone. In the restaurant, he's looking at the cameras to the house. So that makes me know, that helps me know one or two things. Either he's watching to see if the person's done helping him. And so once they're done, then he can safely head home and be like, oh my God, what happened? Or he's trying to see if anybody disturbed it. Because if the kids saw it at 10 to 6, and I think the dad went out to see it for himself. Or I don't know if he said he did because he's dead now. He died in December somehow. Somehow he died in December. But the dad, who the kid said 10 after 6, and it's not alleged, that's what they said. The kid saw it 10 before 6, 10 to 6. So 5:50. At 5:50, the kid saw it. At 5:54, he's checking his camera. You know what that likely means for me? Is that he checked the camera because the camera had motion to it. And so he was like looking to see, because it looked like it was looking at different places. Right? Oh, Carly, you have to go watch my videos, girl. I talk about that. Because yes, there were 2 phones, identical phones, same model. Same model. Not like you bought a phone and then upgraded. It was the same exact damn model. And same color. And one had a case, one did not. And I have to go back and watch the CVS video because I can't trust videos that are online sometimes, but I got to watch the ones that they did for the news or whatever. But apparently there was some kind of handoff in CVS. I need to see if there was a handoff in CVS. But I will tell you, yeah, there's something here about this King of Pentacles. He did do it for money. He definitely did it for the money. That's definitely one part of it. He definitely did it for the money. Definitely did it for the money. But it's so interesting. As the cards fall, I see the World card. Yeah, that's going to come to the end. His little $1.7 million. $1.7 million. All right. So, Rachel. Are we using these for her? No, I heard. All right. What are we using for Rachel? Are we really going to use the violets? No. Okay, what are we using for Rachel? Those? No. Oh, my regulars? Yep. My babies. My first type. And we got to watch the girl with the sunglasses on TT. She's hilarious. Share her for me, please. Okay, and so then there was the Vanity Fair. Was it a Vanity Fair journalist or whatever who was in there? She was wearing green. A lot of people hated her because she was laughing. Woo! Rachel. I think they're finna circle back to you, sweetie. Yes, they are. They're gonna be circling back to Rachel. Wow, girl. That looks like prison. Ooh. And they know some big people. They know some big people. Listen, she was weird. Ooh. Patrick's gonna throw you under the bus, child. That's what I figured. I said Patrick gonna throw her under the bus. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Because he don't want to go down for this. Not by himself. I think you told him some shit. Because he had to Google what is a carotid artery, because he's not in the medical field like you and Lindsay. Lindsay would not have had to Google that. But he had to. You told him what to do. You psychotic little witch. Interesting. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. You're the mastermind. She's the mastermind. Rachel. Rachel is the mastermind. Oh, yeah, she is. New girl in town. New girl. You say she grew up in that town? Yep, but new girl in town. Backstab that lady. Hoping for a new life with him. You got it for a little bit. Okay, Rachel. Somebody finna snitch. I think he's gonna tell on her. Somebody finna snitch like a bitch. I think he's gonna tell on her. Oh yes, it is him. This is the marriage card. This is the marriage card. She's left-handed. Oh, this That's interesting. She did the kids. I'm telling you, this is what I think happened, allegedly for entertainment purposes. This is what I think happened. I think he did Rachel, got clean because the bed was clean. Like, how is the bed clean, but she did all that work? There's no blood on there. So the bed was clean. And remember, Lindsay said, I felt like I was watching myself. Because you were. Because of your doppelganger. Like, the man literally married your twin. So you think you're having an out-of-body experience watching her. The kids were wrapped by a left-handed person. Hold on. Hold on a second. Wait. Hold on. Now I know why Red did that. Oh my God. Okay. Woo! Okay. Hold on. Okay. Red is brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, listen. Let me tell you. Child, I'm a little parched. Okay. Matter of fact, let me find it so that y'all understand. We're going to go to the testimony where he's showing him the watch. I'm going to go right back to that testimony. And I'm going to point out a couple of things. That one, I just had like an epiphany about last night, reading somebody's comment. I was like, oh, that's why he did that. But now I just had another epiphany. So hold on. YouTube? Okay. Hopefully somebody has it here in a short form because I don't want to see anything long. Let's see. Okay. So now we're going to put Reddington. Excuse me, sorry. Patrick Clancy. Patrick drawer. Show me the drawer. I need to see the drawer. Okay. All right. Is this short going to show this whole thing? Okay. Real quick, I'm going to go blow my nose. Then we're going to watch it. Watch. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this is it.
That's a pain. Describe Vativan. Yeah, without that context. Husband living with that 3 months. Did she put wall hangings on the walls? Things like that. Dosage. Because Lindsay had a car. The reason I had them in a bag. Bag in your car. You bottles that you hit. Right. You observed that, right? And the pill bottle.
Okay, that's not the one I want. Because I want to show from the pill bottle. Okay.
The state police.
I need to see just that 1 minute. Now, here's my question before we get into what I'm like, because I don't know if the video is mirrored. If the video is mirrored, then what I'm about to say is wrong. But if the video isn't mirrored, then what I'm about to say is interesting, considering you just said that she's a left-handed girl. Okay.
As a new mom,
So I'm wondering, are they facing us correctly, right? So, like, for instance, the guy, like, if they're facing us correctly, then Reddington's on his right side, right? Or are they not facing us correctly? Because if it's mirrored, then that means Reddington's on his left. So that depends. Like, are the testimonies on the right side of the bench or on the left side of the bench? You know what I mean? Actually, I don't think it would matter. But I don't think it would matter. I don't know. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, but it could be wrong because it depends. Is it mirrored or not? Um, okay, this part. Seal. Okay. Side. People just need to put that on a shirt. I like the one of the doctor who flicked off the lady, like low key, like we were back in the 90s, you know, like, or he like lifted his, I forgot what it was. It was something, it was funny. All right, so this is what I want to know. Like, hold on.
What if you could print every idea to life?
Where's the skip button? Why does it take so long now? It waits till 10 seconds to show up. It used to be 5. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Because if this is not mirrored, then this would be on the right side, right? This would be his right side, right? That's what I'm thinking. Is this his right side? Because if he's here, yeah, because if he's actually to the other side, then his right side would be towards the judge. So is his left side toward the judge or is the right side towards the judge? That's what makes a difference to me. If his right side is toward the judge, that would mean they're actually facing on this side. Okay. That's why I'm trying to understand how this courtroom is set up. I don't know what side the I wonder if they'll tell me. Left side is towards the judge. So this is his left side. So it's towards the judge. So this is his left side, towards the judge. Is that how it really is in that room? Okay, because this is what's interesting. So I'm going to tell you the one part that I realized reading somebody's comment yesterday. So you see him with this pill, right? So there's actually a few things he's doing with this pill. First of all, when he walked up, it's not just the pill. It's also that tissue box, right? Because I think we just heard testimony about the kids being dead or whatever. And so Red moves the box out of the way, showing that this man never once reached for the box. And look how much distance he got between him and Red. Okay, so that's a giveaway. 1, right? 2, he's taking these pill bottles out of the thing. So let's watch that. Let me know if you can hear it.
Prescribed for Lindsay Clancy, December 21st.
Okay, December 21st. Now watch what he's doing.
You indicated yesterday that the police had seized.
Hold on. Wait. Is this it? Or are we going back? Okay, there it is. So, walking up. He's walking up with this drawer. The police had already seized stuff, and then he's going to say, you and I walked there together a few days afterwards. So there shouldn't have been anything for him to have, but he has it, right? So that tells a story. Like, this little one play has so many stories. But not just that, Carly, like, nothing would have been in there because I'm sure they would have looked.
Recall that there were a number of items that.
You see how he moved it? Like, all this shit was on purpose. Hold on. Because we got to hear the beginning of this. Okay, so there he is with the drawer.
And inside the drawer, sir.
Into the nightstand.
And inside, next to the bed.
Yeah, that's the drawer that goes into the nightstand.
And inside the drawer, sir, do you recall that there were a number of items that.
See, he moved the napkin.
Tramadol, Lindsay Clancy. Prescribed on January 5, 23.
Okay, notice that one's prescribed January. Okay, that's prescribed January. This thing happened 2 weeks later.
Creatinine. January.
That's January. So these are new meds.
Creatinine, 100 milligrams. Prescribed for Lindsay Clancy, December 21st.
That's late December. So it would have been about a month of meds.
Lorazepam. They're all empty too, right?
Yeah.
You heard what he just said? They're all empty too, right?
These are what she shot down with that lemonade or water or whatever was in the cup that she ground up these pills, right?
Except she has nothing to show that she grounded them. Now, mind you, you could grind things by yourself, put it in a plastic bag, and then like smush it up yourself, whatever. But she didn't have that there. They didn't have a plastic bag.
Lamotrigine. Prescribed to Lindsay Clancy, December 16th of 22.
Okay, again, late December.
Mirtazapine.
Now that's 4.
Prescribed to Lindsay Clancy, January.
Okay, that's another January.
Those are in this drawer, and they were all empty.
Okay, so those are either 4 or 5, right? So they're all empty. So he's telling you she didn't take them as, like, they should have had pills in there, right? And now it's like, I guess you're trying to help us think that this is what she actually took. But the police already took medicine when they did their investigation. So they didn't have these. So these are the ones that he ground up, or somebody allegedly ground up. Now look at his face as he's doing that. He's like, "What are you about to bring out? I know what you're about to bring out." Okay. So then, what is he bringing out?
Right?
Right.
You observed that, right? There's something else that was in the drawer. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
And you see how light it is. Okay. It's super light.
What is it?
It's her Apple Watch.
Her Apple Watch. This is the Apple Watch that apparently the police used to go up the stairs, downstairs, heart rate, things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Now, he just said that real clear. The upstairs, downstairs, heart rate. Now that we are further into the case, I realize why he's saying this shit. Because, like, then they bring her heart rate. And, like, her heart rate stopped at such and such time. Like, bruh. Mm-hmm. And then that's the other thing. Like, the kids are 5 and 3. I'm not talking about the baby. The kids are 5 and 3. They didn't wait in line. They didn't wait in line. Like, ooh, you're getting my sibling. My turn. They didn't wait in line. You would have had to run after that child or something because they weren't drugged or anything. So
Never even seized it, did they? They left it in the drawer, right?
they never seized it. They left it in the drawer. However, that guy Lawler, the other investigator, he seized like baby monitors and everything out of the room. So he would have taken that. They knew about the 2 phones, one in the drawer and one on the bed. So they knew about those, not these.
Apparently.
Okay, and then you see how he tossed that shit. And that's when you knew he don't like Patrick. That's what I'm not understanding why people are like, oh, she confessed. Her lawyer thinks she did it. He threw the watch at Patrick. Oh, they cut it off. So what I wanted you to see after that was that he then reaches down with his right hand and picks it up. That's his dominant hand. Because, like, his dominant hand to do stuff. Like, my son's a left-handed person. My son's a left-handed person. And they say left-handers tend to be twins, but the other one disappeared. So my son's a left-handed person. But when he was bowling, he bowled right hand. And then when he did something else, when he used to play football as a quarterback, he threw right hand. But he's left-handed. He writes left-handed. So when he threw the watch, and it hit the He threw the watch and it hit the pill bottle, and the pill bottle fell. He went down and picked it up with his with his right hand. If that's his right hand, if his right hand is the free hand, not the one next to the judge, he picked it up with his right hand. So that means like he does things besides writing and stuff with his right hand. Because like you would go with your dominant hand, like it's just instinct. So Red did that to see which hand he picked it up with. You get what I'm saying? And he kept holding the watch out to the boy, and the boy wouldn't take it. Like, dude is so good. Dude is so good. So he did the Kleenex. Like, look, he hasn't reached for Kleenex once. Meanwhile, Lindsay over here sobbing her freaking ass off. You know, he's like the bailiff is sobbing their ass off. The jury got tears in their eyes, but you cold dog. You ain't reached once for these things. Then he's slamming the pills down to show that they're empty. And it's the number of pills, including 2 of them, that she wasn't supposed to be taking. And earlier to this, that particular part, he establishes that Homeboy had the pill she was no longer taking in the car or truck. So why does she have Seroquel 2 times the limit, the therapeutic limit or whatever it is, in her drink? Yo. We already read on this. Before I even knew about the case, we already read on this. And the first card we had on him was the devil. I was like, oh shit, he did it. Allegedly. Oh, she liked a lot of the comments. I hope she ain't saying nothing. Because I don't need her. She needs to be that girl's friend in that room. I don't need her to do anything. Like I saw her go over there and hand her a tissue or something. I was like, oh my God. Because, listen, if the jury is stupid, fine. Because there's going to be some, obviously, there are people, and I think a lot of them people are bots too on here. And I'm like, why are they rolling out bots against this case? This is weird. I think it's really weird because like anybody who really tries to talk about this thing, they get taken down. And then like my video, I don't say shit wrong. Like, I don't say he did it. I don't say any of that. I'm just like, okay, at this time, this is happening. And at that time, this is happening. And this time, at that time, this is happening. And I'm just saying factual things of what's happening. Like, my entire video is just screenshot of factual stuff. Like, I looked up the monitors. Oh, look, you can talk through a Nest monitor. Google Nest. Oh, you can actually have a conversation. Oh, look, there were 2 phones identical. One in the drawer, one in the case, and one on the bed. Oh, look, there is, So I'm like, well, they took it down right away. Like, I was like, how come I don't have any views on it? And I go look, and I'm like, violated. So I put it up on my YouTube. And that's really why I do make things on TikTok still, because I automatically download my videos, but TikTok is easier to edit. So it's like it automatically downloads and I'm like, okay, I got my video. You took it down, fine, I can put it somewhere else. So I did put it there, but I'm not even saying what happened at all, except this is a timeline. And I'm breaking down the timeline and I'm like, and I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. I haven't even gotten to the good part yet. I haven't talked about the heart rate, like really, really talked about it. I haven't talked about the Apple Watch. I haven't really gotten to the good part yet. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have to make that 3rd video on my other account because they definitely going to take that one down because now I'm going to be a little bit like, hey, yeah, dog. Hold on. Let me see if I can show Patrick walking into CVS. Patrick Clancy, CVS. How do you spell his name? Is it Clancy with a C or with an S in the middle? I might be spelling it wrong. Okay. Oh, it's with a C. My bad. Okay. So, okay.
3.
So I'm talking about like the timeline. So I'm like, it takes 3 minutes to get to CVS from their house. 3 minutes to get to CVS from their house. But it took him 17 minutes if he left when he said he left. He said he left at 5:15. Well, if he left at 5:15, how come he arrived at 5:32? It takes 3 minutes to get to your house, dog. I mean, get to the CVS. 3 minutes. But that boy sure got home in like 10, 12 minutes when he looked at that phone and saw that somebody was near his house. Yeah, he got home quick then. So there's something about that best friend. I haven't figured it out, and I think that might be a thing with Red too. Is like, okay, where do the other two people fit in this story? So if we're talking left-handed, right? I'm thinking the new wife, allegedly. I think the new wife did the two big kids. That baby, I think he did when he got there because the baby was able to be resuscitated. All right, so this is the CVS. Now, I gotta see the interior of CVS, but apparently there's a video on that. Like, I don't know. Anyway, but see what he's holding?
3 minutes.
And when you got to CVS, did you go inside?
Yes.
Now, really quick, blowers say that you did a flight of stairs sometimes. And so y'all know when you walk in them stores, you get blasted with air. You can Google it. I already did. It's in my video. There's a screenshot of it and everything. But blowers give you that. And so some ladies on TikTok was like, what? So then they were like, I'm going to go test it. I'll be right back. And one of them lived near this particular CVS. So she used her Apple Watch. And what ends up happening is it records it like a minute after. So she's like, yeah, I walked in, let's say 111, and it marked it on my thing at 112, right? So, oh yeah, the Skittles, that's a runner's candy. There was a great video on that. Somebody was like showing all the runners, like, I got a pack of Skittles, I got a pack of Skittles for that quick burst, and they're the best thing to use, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically, and I talk about this in my video, but so if these people who tested it said, I walked in at 111 and it logged it at 112, so then this makes sense because her watch marked a flight of stairs at, I'm just going to make up a number, let's say at, well, he walked in at 5:32, right? So that's on time. That's on a timer. 5:32 he walked in, but her watch logged a flight of stairs at 5:33. At 5:37 he walked out. Her watch logged another flight of stairs at 5:38. So they're saying that's when she did the kids at those two times, between that time. Meanwhile, and she doesn't know what happened. She doesn't.
And what section?
Sorry, she doesn't remember what happened. So there's no way, honestly, for her to say that at 5:34 she heard voices. Like, why would she know that? She's like, right after I got off the call with him, I heard voices. She doesn't remember what happened. So for her to hear that at right after she got off the call with him, which would have been at 5:34, that's when the voice started, and she only heard it during the time that she did the kids. What? And then the medicine needed to take hold. So if she's hearing that voice from 5:38 to 5:56, because they said she heard the voice for 18 minutes. So that's how long it took her to do the three kids. To 5:56, guess what? That's not possible because the boy said she was on the ground at 5:50. He wasn't expecting a witness and he wasn't expecting her to live. Anyway, so let me see if you can. What? Oh, okay. Let me see if they show him walking in.
Did you go to in CVS?
I think it was pediatrics.
Okay. So there we go. Hold on. He testified that it recorded him at 5:32. He said he called her at 5:33, missed it. She calls him back at 5:34. He purchases the medication and leaves around 5:37. So again, her watch logs at 5:33 that she has a flight of stairs and at 5:38 that she has a flight of stairs. This lines up. Right? And so Well, and that's the other thing, Carly, because when he was slamming those pills on there, it was more than four. And she was only on four. And if he said that he was given the rest of the pills she was no longer taking, then how she have six different medicines in her body? And how is there still that many pills in the drawer? That doesn't make sense. Because you had them, right? Okay, so look. Watch him walk in.
And ask you to look at the video here. Is that
Okay, look what he got. That is so obviously a watch. Oh my goodness. We'll look at the 3V one in a second, but hold on. Look at that.
at 5:54, 15 p.m. Is that you coming in behind that other couple there?
Yeah.
That's a watch. Okay. Now, supposedly, this is wifey. New one. Because they said something about a handoff. I don't know. I can't, I haven't seen this yet, so I don't know. Because supposedly there's something in her hand. I can't tell because I haven't seen this. But you see how totally masked up she is. Now, mind you, it is June, but that's definitely a female body. And they cross. Oh, wow. I think he gave her the watch. I think he gave her the watch. And you see they cut it. Yeah, they cut it. Um, and I noticed that too on the video. Somebody was showing it, and they're like, "You're missing a few seconds." They cut it, so you didn't get to see the full handoff. Oh, they definitely handed something off. See? Yep. And then his hand reaches back. I know a drug move when I see one. Oh, oh snap! So this is my first time seeing it, y'all. I think he gave it a watch because notice he walked in there holding it, like holding it out, and I'm like, that's weird.
And ask you to look at the video here.
Hold on.
Is that
Okay, so you see the watch very clearly, very clear, and then you also see this little swoop hair, um, and like boots, a white shirt. So this is not Patrick. This is his friend, allegedly.
at 5:54, 15 p.m.? Is that
Yeah.
you coming in behind that other couple there?
Yep.
What do you say? And then there's a camera in the back of the aisle he was in. Where's the footage? Yep. Where's the footage?
Yeah.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Okay. Okay, so then we're gonna get to where she is. See, hold on. Watch this drug deal go down. That hand. See, and they cut it. They. Oh my God. I wonder how much they saw. I don't know because this is somebody else's video, so I wonder if they cut it. Now watch him walk into the restaurant. But you see them two people? Oh, this is why they cut it because they put these two different people next to each other. They want you to see these are two different people. See how his hair is like lighter? He has dark hair, dark straight hair, and then his hair has that little curly tufty thingy. And then you see he has on tennis shoes. Very obviously tennis shoes compared to the little boots or leather suede shoes or whatever kind of shoes he had on. So they're both wearing the same similar outfits, but they're not the same. The jeans don't fit on him the same either. And then watch him. So he's gonna zip his jacket now. Okay, so he has a gray shirt. He has a white shirt. So you see a white shirt under his, a gray shirt under his. Lighter brown hair, tousled. Darker brown hair, straightened. Slight curl. And then
That section you
And what are you doing at that
no, and then let's see if we can watch the phone. Hold on.
point when you're looking at the bags?
I think I was looking for the bag with my name on it.
I hope they don't cut it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch him bring out his phone. Okay. Now let's see if we can see somewhat. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this well, but you'll have to see it on your own. But watch what he's looking at on the phone. That's the house. He's checking the perimeter of the house.
And while you're in that section, looking for the medication, do you do something?
So I think there must have been some kind of like motion alarm or something, and it alerted him that somebody was at the house. He's
I
checking the property.
called Lindsay.
Do you recall what you're doing on your phone at that
See, he's checking the property, and then he about to go because it's gonna take him like 12 minutes to get home.
time?
Because
Like
what we were looking for wasn't
hurry up and give me my food. Okay.
there. The shelter pretty empty. It was still during COVID.
And people are like, oh, he wasn't there because the restaurant was closed. I mean, they got timestamps in video. Now, mind you, video could be made up, of course, with AI. But I'm more inclined to believe that this actually did happen because they would have had to have checked her phone and see that she called at 5:10. Technically, she, but not her.
I'm sorry, what?
It was during COVID, so
Okay.
And it's not during COVID because 2022 was not during COVID and 2023 was not during COVID. So shut up. He's trying to give like a reason. But you saw the handoff. That's why I say Rachel's part of this shit. Rachel and the best friend. Now people are like, why would those people do that? That's a really good question. It really is a good question. So let's look at Rachel. Rachel is in trouble.
Okay, so,
And that's the thing. Like, reality aside, right? Because there's some tragic losses. The grandparents lost their children, the children lost their lives, the mother lost her kids, and she lost her ability to work. Walk. And she feels crazy, and who knows, she might be ideating because her life sucks. But hopefully, she'll live spitefully because obviously she got another chance to live because she should have been gone. She should have been gone. Like, this is where my black spirituality comes in. But God, because like that lady should have been dead, and she wasn't. She coded in the place, but she should have been dead. She should have been dead, and she's not. The man dropped her out the window after allowing her to just bleed out. She should have been dead, but she wasn't. And I hope she decides I'm going to live and live successfully for my children and despite your MFing behind. Like, that's how I would see it. I'm going to live. I'm hoping that's how I would see it. Because I might also say, I'm going to live long enough for you to get yours and then I'm out. Because how do you live after your 3 kids and then you... I mean, it's still a possibility. Like, that's why I say I think she could be because she wants to be reunited with her kids. And I think she may have seen them under the Rainbow Bridge when she was down. I don't think she remembers because a lot of people come back from NDEs not remembering shit. I don't remember anything after I took pills. I don't remember anything after I took pills. I just know I went to sleep, I woke up. And I woke up fine. And I woke up mad. So she wants to be with her kids. I'll tell you that. But maybe she'll decide to live for them. You know what I mean? But I do think she might have told her baby to go with God. Like, I think she might have, like, her baby came and said goodbye to her or something. I think so. Because that baby lasted for a couple days. And if they were able to resuscitate him, you would think he would have been able to last longer than that as a baby, But I don't know if there was a handoff at the restaurant. I didn't look that far into that, but it could have been. Okay, so yeah, this was the other thing I was just thinking. While thinking about that, I was like, I think she returned with gifts, and I think those gifts have been reactivated, especially now that she could reject their story now. So I think she might have an ability to communicate with them and find a way to live through that. Like, turn that pain into a purpose of some sort. Remember, spiritual absolute. So bad things happen and the universe will use it for something better, to help you. So it could be that she becomes some kind of, and I'll just say high priestess, but someone of intuition that helps other women who have been through something like this, or that helps children who have been in abusive situations or something like that, you know? Because she can definitely do therapy, like be a therapist or a counselor or something, tell stories, you know, go around speaking for children or for other women. Like she can do a lot in that chair, you know, but she definitely returned with some gifts. And I think now, I think part of why she may have thought she was crazy is because she has seen her kids. I think that's absolutely what's happening. Is that, sorry, I think her kids do come visit. I'm getting chills behind that. I think her kids visit her. So I think that's why she thinks she's also crazy. So there's that part. But it could be that she helps people with abusive men, and help those women find a purpose, find value, find life again. This could definitely be that. And there's my spiritual absolute card. Y'all, look at this. And then the purpose, my card of purpose. So this definitely could be something. I think she is weighing it on her mind, trying to decide what she's going to do. I think so. And maybe ultimately she decides not to walk away. That could be great. Especially since she is now being confronted with the truth of this BS, of the psyops this man has run on her. Oh my goodness. And I think she needs her mommy, you know? And I think her mom needs her daughter. And oh my God. I love it. Well, let me see. What is Rachel going to do? Can you show me with these or am I doing something else? Am I doing the purples? Okay. Let's take a look at, did I say Rachel? I'm sorry. I said Rachel. Lindsay. That's who I'm talking about. Lindsay. Let's see what Lindsay's going to do. What is Lindsay going to do? What would she decide? Tell me about her. Let's see. What will she decide to do with life now that she's realizing she's not crazy? That's a lot. Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna look at this. Ooh. Okay, she is deciding. Let me see. She is deciding. I don't, you know what? I think I'm going to read it in the order that I see it here and change it here. So, feeling, because the Hermit card is a death card. I think this is when she was on the other side, but I also think this is when she came back. I mean, not the death card. The Hermit card for me is a spiritual world card. But considering that it's not in the upright, but it's in the reverse, I think this is feeling isolated and alone and carrying the lies that this man gave her, Eight of Wands in reverse, carrying the lies, the messaging that this man fed her, that she did. You know, she was a criminal. I forgive you for being a criminal. What did you do? Like, all the gaslighting BS. And you could tell, like, again, from her body's response to him, that her body knows what the hell he did. And even if it doesn't remember what he did while she was knocked the F out, it remembers what he did all those times before. That girl knew she was financially abused, and she also knew she was emotionally abused too. We don't know what was happening in that home, but it's hard to tell whether or not a journal or, well, also he didn't expect her to keep a journal. You could see that she felt disconnected or whatever, but so she felt the coldness, but also he wasn't letting her spend money. You know what I mean? So there's a financial abuse aspect to that as well. She may decide to stay here because this is the Knight of Swords. And I think this could be Red coming to fight for her. And then this could be seeing all the women being silly fishes, but standing up for her, giving her this weird reason to hope So this could be both of those things, like red riding to it, or this could be her deciding to stay and to take charge of her life and, do something new and different and strange with it, because the Seven of Swords here is about paying the piper. And I don't think it's her. I think this is her going to go collect what he stole. She can't get her kids back. She can't get her walking legs back. Who knows? I believe in miracles. So she might have a reason to fight for her body to walk again. I do believe in miracles. But she can make sure his ass ended up in jail. That she can. So, and I think now Red might start telling her about the girl, the wife. I think first he's getting this out the way, and then he's going to be like, here's what I think happened. You know? So this is optimistic. It looks like she's finding a reason to live, is what that looks like. Oh, yes. And there's something long awaited. Long awaited. And you see this person just sitting there waiting for this tree to bloom. So I do think there's a possibility, especially if she starts remembering, and I don't mean remembering him, I mean remembering what she saw while she was in that hospital, where she went while she was in that hospital, her kids coming to her, like understanding I'm not crazy, I'm actually being visited. I want her to start realizing she is spiritually gifted as all get out. And if she does, she's going to find purpose. Right now, she's kind of tight with it. This is the Four of Pentacles because it's new to start all of a sudden realize, wait, I didn't kill my kids. Can you imagine thinking you did? And the whole world hates you? And people saying shit to you in jail because they hate child killers in jail? And you can't defend yourself because you don't know the story? You only know the story you were fed by this snake? And now you're like, wait. And you can see her, like you said earlier, Carly, like just like her spine just straightening out as much as it can. All of a sudden, she stopped looking like a haggard witch, and her hair's getting brushed, and she's getting a little foundation on her face, and she's starting to wear colors, and she's like getting sparks of anger in her eyes. You like, I didn't do this. Oh my God. Like, now she pissed. And that's where she needs to go. So there's a protection value here. And that's interesting to go from Seven of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. So this is going to be about finding her value again. It feels like she doesn't know what that is. Absolutely. Because again, all the messaging against her, the way the law turned against her, about all these people turning against her. So she's going to have to find value again. And I think Red's going to do his best to help her. I think he's going to connect her with somebody. I just saw him introducing her to someone. So there's some woman. I feel like he's going to introduce her to a real therapist. Or maybe the black lady's going to step in. The one who can't stand his ass either. Like there's somebody who's coming who feels really angelic to her. But is on the human side of Angel. I think she's about to get some nice help. What is this? The Devil. Yep. So that's being released from the Devil. So she had the Devil card in reverse. Absolutely. 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 Okay, so I feel good about that. I think she might find her. Ooh. I think she's on her spiritual path. I think she's going to find her spiritual path. I think she's going to really connect to her intuition. If maybe that lady that I'm seeing Red introduce her to is going to introduce her to her connection, her spirit. I think so, because here is that leadership that I can feel her actually finding a purpose in doing this. Okay. Yeah, you haven't followed that case either, right? But, oh, yes, big chills. But it's like, me too. I just feel it. I feel it coming. And it's like helping people who never have a shot get one. Like it's like reversing this thing of what he did. And again, there's the Knight of Swords. So, oh man. Oh, and the Four Wands, like having real celebration. Now, in my other card with the Four Wands, it's a bunch of women hugging each other. Not a bunch of women, two women, but like hugging each other, like friendship, best friend. And so I think the women hugging her with the pink, I think she's going to find community. She's going to find people who can, oh my God, there's going to be such an outpouring. But she's going to need to be like a climber or a scuba diver, like let her acclimate to every level because she's just spent 3 years thinking that she was absolute shit. She killed her kids. You know what I'm saying? Like she spent 3 years thinking that. And now in the last 2 weeks, she's been going, wait, what? Like she didn't even believe red. And then she turned around and said, like I saw her mouth and she was like, you were right. I was innocent. That's literally what she mouthed. You were right. I was innocent. And I'm like, oh my God. Yes. So in 2 weeks, she's gone from the haggard witch to, like I said, feeling that embraced by women. And, you know, and people are still like being very tempered. Like, even if she did it, like, look at the fucking life she had. I'm like, stop saying she did it. Because there is no she did it. Like, she literally didn't do it. Like, she didn't do it at all. And it's okay to say she didn't do it. Who cares if people come at you and go, yes, she did, because she admitted it. When did she admit it? To whom? To Patrick? Oh, shock and horror. The EMT said when he got there, Patrick was standing up. So this woman who's in pain, I can't say she's writhing because she's, what's the word? Paralyzed. Because her C1, which is the very first vertebrae, was broken. Okay, so, and they were saying she needed the C1 because it. How did they say it? Because it controls her airway, and so her C1 was like disabled or something from her hitting her head on the ground, or hitting in the back of her neck. Something hit first because she was head down. And that's the other thing. If you jump, you're not jumping head down. You like you jump. Like you know what I mean? Anyway, there's so much wrong with just that one part of the story. Forget everything else. Just that part. Like, just the. I can't believe people are so stupid. Or so willing to be stupid. Like, y'all. If you believe she did that, that means you've never been to the lowest point of life where you have tried to commit. Because you would have said, ain't no way in hell I would have did 4 different things. Like, it's so stupid. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's just stupid to be like, yep, she did it. Oh my God. Like I said, I have not been around this case forever. I've only been on it for like the last week. It's so stupid for people to be like, yeah, she did it. How, bruh? How? How did she do it with that much Seroquel going through her body? People said they literally can't function with that shit if it's too high or whatever. And then when you look at her heart rate, you're like, oh nah, you were in a coma, chick. You know, and then the part where the heart rate goes up, I think is the Bratz reenactment. Because even if you are asleep, your nerves aren't. Your nerves would be screaming, bitch, wake up, he trying to kill you. That's what I think. But anyway, so Rachel, wait, no, let me finish with Lindsay. Lindsay. Ooh, I know she gonna have so much satisfaction when Rachel ass is either in prison or gone. Ugh. Lindsay. Okay. So, yeah, there's a 10 of Cups. So there's a bunch of grief that she's going to be going through because now she's realizing I was married to a murderer. Like, the man tried to kill me. And then he pinned this shit on me. Like, so there's a lot of, ooh, it's terrible. Because now she's like, it's not me, it's him. And then it's like, whoa. what the F? You know what I'm saying? And then there's going to be the grief of, I couldn't protect my kids from him. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be a lot of that shit. So she's going to need her circle big time. She's going to need people pouring into her, saying, girl, it's not your fault that he was evil. It's not your fault you didn't notice. He obviously psyopsed you with the extra phone. Like, you know, you weren't, how would you know? And I promise you, she'll probably still beat herself up because I think she knew. I think she knew. I think that's why she was asking for help. And I think she was scared to ask for help because I think she had an idea this boy could read all her shit. So when she's talking to her mom, she's trying to talk coded. You know what I mean? So anyway, but it's going to be slow growth. It's going to be slow for her to find herself after all this grief. Because right now, she's in shock. Like, what the hell? Hold on. But now she's going to need somebody, and I think that's going to be the angel that she gets introduced to. And I think this woman literally is here to be an angel who's going to help her process this shit, because now there's a lot to process. You know, you thought you did it as a murderer. You're going to have to learn how to stand on your own. So this is going to be the Page of Wands. She's going to have to learn how to stand up and stand on herself and whatever. I do think there is going to be an outpouring of financial support anyway. There's a King of Pentacles. I think this is her father-in-law, who's feeling really guilty. I just felt it so bad because he knows his son did it. That's why he was trying to help this girl. He saw his son was not shit. I felt so much guilt just now. So I think her father-in-law is definitely going to be helping her and taking care of her. And she's going to be on a personal journey. Hopefully this is not a reverse Styx, but this is that personal transformation. This transition of the bumpy road ahead, but you're still in the boat and you're still safe. You know, as you re-navigate what you thought you knew. So this is something that is there. And again, maybe she's not going to walk away. And that's going to be beautiful. Maybe she's not going to walk away. I definitely know she ain't going to do it until this woman, this Queen of Pentacles, this rich ass lady who stole her husband, sitting her ass in jail. I know that. With them chariots after her. But again, like I said, she's going to have to rebuild. She's going to feel like quitting. But I do think I see like major revenge happening. I don't think Reddington's going to let her stop suing people. Like, I don't. And that short haired lady who was there for appeals or whatever, they say she's a badass too. That lawyer. So I think everybody's going to be like, we suing them, we suing them, we suing them, we suing the doctors, we suing the government, we suing the police department, we suing Patrick, we suing Rachel, we suing everybody. Because you know, you can't sue a mistress now. So I see that happening for sure. And I think that's what's going to keep her standing up for a while. But I think Red's going to send her an angel. Because there's a Seven of Swords again. Girl, go pick up your swords. You know, it's like, go collect your shit back from these people who stole it from you. So it definitely feels like Lindsay's going to be in a good place if she chooses it, y'all. And I can't fault her for not choosing it. But I hope she does choose to live, because I feel like now she can step into purpose by transmuting that pain into something that would let her honor her children for real. Not this bullshit this man did. I honor my children. I run for my children. Boy, you just wanted that 1.7 million and you wanted to keep the grift going. You wanted to keep the grift going. Oh, loser ass. Oh, I can't stand him. Oh, man. And if they watching this case in jail? Wait, let's see what's going to happen to Patrick. What am I using? Why I heard the villain's card straight up. Okay, let's use the villain's card. Let's look at Patrick. Shut up, SpongeBob. He really is like that Patrick episode where Patrick eats his candy and he blames SpongeBob for eating his candy. Meanwhile, he got chocolate all around his mouth. Shut up, SpongeBob. Ooh, let's look at what lies beneath. That called for me. Let's look at what lies beneath. Shut up, SpongeBob. I'm sorry, that's stuck in my head now. Doesn't he write a Patrick episode where Patrick eats his own candy bar? SpongeBob, I know you ate my candy. Or whatever he says, I forgot. Alright. What lies beneath? What is driving this sick, sadistic, twisted, nasty ass wanna be looking like that Idaho killer? What is driving him? What is under? Oops. But oh, sorry. That was me throwing something by accident. Oh, that's interesting, y'all. Why does it says the gaze? Cause that boy know he got some eyes on him. Hold on, we'll get there in a second. But ooh, I have never seen this card, y'all. The card that flew out and y'all saw it fly. The noose. This shit say they called it love. It was a leash disguised as jewelry, measuring your range in smiles. Oh, Lord Jesus, Mr. Narcissist. Now, the one I dropped, I don't know if it counts for him, honestly. It's the scar. It says it will not disappear. It will become a map, a reminder of, well, actually, let's give it to him. I guess that's why I dropped it. It says it will not disappear. It will become a map, a reminder of what split you open and that you closed. So, yeah, you cut another human being. May you live with that. I don't know if he strangled his kids. I really don't. I think, well, the young one. I do think that chick did it. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But look what else he got. Energy vampire. He stole so much from that girl. That woman, he vamped her so seriously. And so it says, they don't take your time, they siphon your light. Everybody talked about what a great mother she was. He's the one who made her feel like shit. And then it says, you leave every interaction feeling dimmer. And then the final one was the gaze. Okay? So the gaze is, the monster was the guard. The treasure was the door it was blocking. The key was your unwavering look. Those are perfect for Patrick. Those are perfect for Patrick. Shut up, SpongeBob. Sorry. I'm stuck. I'm stuck, y'all. You know I have ADHD. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Now I'm going to be saying that all day. I don't even know if that's in the doggone episode, but it's stuck. It's stuck. And it's so funny. The one card I look at when I'm pulling it out. Three of Swords. Yeah. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Okay. So show me Patrick, please. Show me Patrick, please. Show me Mr. Crazy-Eyed Patrick, please. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Oh, wow. I do a witchy laugh, and who do I get? I get the witch. So, okay. With the villains cards, it's hard for me to know what I'm reading. I don't even think I need reverses in the villains card because they're literally villains. So, that's a garbage truck at 6 o'clock in the morning? I thought they come at like 7, 8. Okay. So I got the Nine of Swords. I honestly don't think I need to read reversals in the villains. So I got the Nine of Swords. I'm going to take this out as a reversal because if it was a reversal, it's not release of fear and anxiety. I think the boy is now feeling. This is the card for him. I think he's scared shitless. I think he is probably breaking out in hives, you know, having the runs, popping tums or some shit. I think he is having an upset tummy, and I think he's not sleeping well. He probably gets some Seroquel. Because the energies underneath that is the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So, May he get everything he gave that lady. So the King of Cups, again, manipulative, emotionally unavailable. I mean, it's Hook. That's why I'm saying I can't read Hook as a straight up card because I can't see him as, say, Biden or Asaf as our King of Cups are. So I don't think actually, and it's interesting because it's a lesson for me with the villains is that I don't read reversals. So this is he's Captain Hook, like he's literally killing kids or trying to. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So this feels like the narcissist of it, the one who is a witch in real life but presents an apple. Like she did it. She killed the effing kids. Okay. So this is what it feels like. It feels like he's nervous as shit. Now, if I do want to consider it in a like other kind of way, I could say this is your boy Red, Big Red. I mean, that's kind of cool because he is wearing red, I think. I can't tell because I'm wearing sunglasses. But also, this could be your girl, Lindsay, who went from a witch to get her queen on. And I think she gonna give that boy the poison apple. I think so. Because all of a sudden she gonna remember shit. Wait a second. Patrick, you were there. I don't know. Because look, we got Scar, and he really is pulling the Scar. And I love the fact that people say that Scar is the one who told Simba that he's the one who killed Mufasa. And Scar believed it. Because Scar was trusting and loved him as an uncle. She was trusting and loved him as a husband. So, Four Swords, baby. This some chilly chill right here. Because there's the Chariot. And I think the Chariot is they finna come get his behind. And the case is strong. The case is strong. They're getting the sense of betrayal. They're getting the two-facedness and the things that you did. And who does he get to be? The magician. They're getting the manipulation that you did. And we got a Six of Cups here. That's weird. Okay, because there's speculation. Now, this is speculation department, okay? Jen, thanks for hanging, girl. But this is speculation department. This is totally conjecture. Not even conjecture. This is speculation. This is tinfoil hat stuff, kind of. I saw talk about the daughter having, what do you call them? UTIs. So I saw talk about the daughter having UTIs. The daughter was 5 years old. And apparently she was having lots of UTIs. And people were saying this may be an SA symptom. Because she was having UTIs and her stomach was hurting all the time. Kids use stomach hurting to talk about a lot of things. Yes, exactly, Carly. And it brings me back to the question, why would the best friend help you get rid of your wife? You get what I'm saying? Why would your best friend help you get rid of your wife? Unless your best friend. I mean, aren't you? Like, the wife has people in the files, the e-files. And you knew the wife earlier when your kid was like 1 or 2. Some weird stuff here. Weird stuff here. And so I'm getting the Six of Cups card. Y'all know this is my Pedalmeister card. Y'all know this is my e-file card. I think that's the message they don't want coming out. I think that's the thing that is highly, highly being hidden. And it could explain why the town helped. Members of the town help. Mostly men, including that asshole doctor who said that women only have 4 weeks of postpartum. What? And see, in this star, is about making things happen, disappear, go away. I'm starting to think this is actually true. Because if they discover this, they're going to have to figure out why your friends helped you. And it can't be, oh, I just wanted him to be happy with another woman. No, why would you put your life on that? That's interesting. So let's look at the best friend. I don't know the best friend name. Are we sticking with these? Of course we are. Of course we are. I don't know the best friend's name. I'm not going to look it up. I don't feel like it. Um, well, let's look at what lies beneath for him. Patrick's best friend. Patrick's best friend. Oh, and real estate? You know, that's already a thing. Patrick's best friend. This is so funny. This was the next card in the deck before. The echo chamber. Whoa. You curated the voices. Because he did. He really did. But no, I think the friend is the voice, is what I was saying. I think the friend is the voice because it would be one that she doesn't immediately remember. Kyle, there we go. I think he's the voice, especially if he had the watch. You know what I mean? I think he's the voice. I think he was outside the house doing it. That's why it took him 17 minutes to show up. So that's funny. I think he's the voice. And I think this is what the card is telling me. So it says here, you curated the voices that agree with you. Now you're alone in a room shouting with yourself. Exactly. I think he's the voice. But also, what does this have to do with what I'm talking about? Ooh, he might be disposable. Wait, why does it almost look like Patrick? What? Okay, I think he's disposable, boy. All right, so it says here, you were designed for a version, not a lifetime. Obsolescence is the feature. I think he also disposed of the evidence, the bloody sheets and stuff. Anything else here of what lies beneath for Kyle? Anything else lies beneath for Kyle? Meaningless. Oh, y'all, I think he's collateral. I think he's collateral. What the heck is that word? There's a debt. Oh, okay. We're working on a debt here. And entropy? I have to see what that means. But we have here meaningless. The universe is indifferent. Your meaning is not found. It is built, and today the bricks feel like sand. I think somebody needs to get out of town. Because you are disposable, my dear. And then it says debt. The interest compounds in silence. You're not spending money. You are pawning tomorrow's choices. Wow. And look at him with a woman. And then we have entropy, which says all orders. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Okay. So all orders tend towards chaos. All energies dissipate. Your fight is not against decay, but for a graceful return of dust. A graceful rate of return to dust. I think he's disposable. I think if you're returning to dust, that means you're about to maybe take a drink and not wake up yourself. So this is interesting because it's saying there's a debt here. It's saying that you're disposable and it may likely lead to. And when I get orders, I'm getting like you were told to do this. And there's meaningless. That's why you're disposable. And this echo chamber, I definitely think he has something to do with her external male voice. I wonder if he visited the house as much as he said he did. because why would she not recognize his voice? I mean, there are ways to disguise your voice. That's true. But yeah, I think he might be pushing up daisies. But let's look at Kyle here. Interesting. Kyle. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. We're going to see what's Kyle's life in this particular story. And they're turned over, so I can't read them yet. So what's Kyle's life? Am I taking that? Okay. No? All right, cool. You sure? Because that was the Eight of Swords. That's when the hyenas turn on him. You sure I'm not taking that? Well, if it come back up, it come back up. Something like a phenomenon. Okay. Oh, another one. Another one. All right, any more? There's a 10 of coins in reverse here, so that's showing debt. And a Knight of Cups. Ah. Are you the one who did Lindsay? That's Knight of Cups. Did he put something in her cup? Is he the one who did Lindsay? There's a 4 of Cups. You know, Captain Hook with the cup. Because he showed up to CVS late. He showed up to CVS late. The Hierophant. This feels like secret society order. Or just the wall that they've created around Patrick. That he's part of. Knight of Swords. Yep, he's the hitman. He's the hitman. He looks like one. Wait a second. Oh my God, y'all, I think, oh my God. He's the hitman. Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords. And then again, a cup, 7 of Cups. He's the one. Oh my God, I'm getting chills. He's the one. He's the Shmee to the Captain Hook. With a cup again. Doesn't he look like one now? Like, when you consider it, doesn't he now look like one? Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this bestie. It's like, consider it now. Can't you see it? Oh, look, I just noticed they're asking that too on this picture. It says, Kyle, where were you between 4 and 6? I think he's the guy. So all 3 of them did it together? Kyle's the bestie. He's the one on our left. The one on the right is the hubby, the narcissistic hubby. I think he's a hitman. It's interesting. I got to find this video where I took the screenshot from because I got to listen to it now and see if they're getting the same thing. I think he's the hitman. I think that's why he's part of this Hierophant, this club. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. I think he's a hitman. Not only is he disposable, but he disposes of. Bro. Three V is the hubby. Yeah. Girl, I really do think he is a hitman. He's the shmee to Hook. Oh my god. Okay, let me see what cards turned over that I didn't see before. Holy smokes. I'm getting closer to what happened because I'm like, how do these three work? I think I'm getting closer to what happened. I wonder if he's left-handed. He's walking into CVS holding the watch in his left hand. Holy crap. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I think we just figured something out. Okay. Ooh, okay. There's the coins. There's the 10 of swords. He betrayed her. And he got paid. Kyle is the hitman. Page of swords. And is that temperance? No, 2 of coins. Swords and coins. I think he's the voice. You know, Gus Gus or whatever. No, Gus Gus is the mouse, the cat. Oh, you heard it too when you looked at him? Girl. I think we solved that part. She must have been fighting in her sedation. Because, again, her heart rate did go up. Yes, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, y'all. That's all I'm talking about. All right. Is he that? Is he that? Is Kyle that? What we said. Oh, shit. Girl, yes. You won't believe it. The poison apple. 5 of wands. Okay. And also death. Also death. And behind that is the high priestess and the chariot and the 4 swords. The other death card and the strength card. He is it. He is it. The 2 that has fallen out. Queen of coins and 6 of swords. Absolutely. These are 2 yes cards. Whoa, what? Wait, what are you saying? Hold on. Allegedly? Okay, feels like he's with... Yeah, I think so. Kyle's a little... I think... Yes, I think so. And I wonder if Kyle is also not a unwanted friend of the daughter. Girl, ugh, yes. That's another. It's a maybe, actually. But it's another... The snake, you know? Okay, so hangman. And then we have, the magician. The manipulating guy. And then we have the 2 of swords. What else about it? Tell me about this 2 of swords. Oh, okay. Well, you're just telling us yes. Okay? Because we have 2 more big yeses. The sun and the truth. These both will be revealed. These both are going to be... Y'all, this is bigger than just Lindsay and her kids. This is bigger than that. Yep, because there's a moon and there's a 9 of coins. This is pedo class stuff. Because there's the 9 of swords. But Patrick is nervous. Kyle, not so much. Kyle's like, keep my name out your MFing mouth. Kyle, not so much. But y'all, I think we're in territory that's bigger than we think. Like everything. I hate that card myself. Yes. All right. So we're gonna go to Rachel. I want to look at Rachel again because I don't think I finished the Rachel. because we moved on to Lindsay, which was better anyway. So let me see Rachel right quick again. The Three Musketeers, the Three of Cups card. Yes, tip of the iceberg. I think so. He has a whole prosecution in question now? Probably because those prosecutors are so freaking inept. And it's like your ineptitude doesn't make sense to me for you to be that inept. Okay, who are we doing with Rachel? Okay. Clay's? Sure. Are you sure? Okay. Are you ready? It's interesting that it's the Clays. I wouldn't have thought it would be the Clays. There's something definitely tip of the iceberg about that, especially when you see the level of this corruption. It looks like a mini administration. I heard they call him Shreddington. Rachel is the new wife. But yes, that's what she was before. Do, 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 do. Whoa, okay, Rachel. You're already jumping out, girl. Knight of Cups. Romantic. Romantic stuff. Six of Pentacles. Jealousy. Wanting what the other person has. Interesting. There's a Four of Pentacles. And then a Five of Swords. And then an Eight of Swords. Does this mean she's going to get away with it? Let me actually put a real question to it. But there's a Four of Wands here in reverse. There's unhappiness in the marriage. Or something not worth celebrating. Now he's going to try to throw you under the bus. Are you going to try to beat him to it? Are you going to say he pursued you? Let's see. Yep, she's a doctor girl. And Jen, she got a patent for a medication that can't be traced. That's supposed to be helping with like ideation or something. There we go. Yeah. It caused insomnia in ideations. So she got this patent or grant in like 18, in 2018, 2019. Yes. And they, it's not on the market. So apparently like it can't be traced. So who is Rachel? Is she the brains behind this? Did she pursue him? Did he pursue her? What's the story with Rachel? What's the story with Rachel? Her dad is in the files, right? I forgot how. But, I think he's into real estate or whatever. Yep. Hold on. Wait, one urn? Oh, he's created Catholic sins. Hold on. Let me get back in here. Rachel. Why'd you choose Clays for Rachel? Can you show me Rachel, please? Clays tend to be Middle East. Can you show me Rachel? I don't know what that was. I don't see anything. Can you show me Rachel? The Emperor and the Three of Wands. The Emperor and the Three of Wands. What does that have to do? Is she, hold on. Is she a Zio place person? She's the magician. It looks like she's behind this. We got the Three of Wands. So she helped create this love triangle. It looks like she put her sights on him and vice versa. And the Emperor, it's really weird. Did you go after him? And why would you go after him? Was he a sucker? You guys, it feels really weird. It feels really weird. I'm not sure if honeypot would be it, but there's something gross here. It's like she chose him because there's something about him that's not right. Or he was assigned to her. Because she was a doctor. She didn't need him for money. Her people had money. They were both part of a sailing club. So it's not like he had anything she needed. But I feel like their crossing path wasn't accidental at all. Yeah, I feel like, no. I don't, and she's victorious in this. She feels victorious in this. I don't think they were crossing paths at all. Like, look at this. That's the death card. I don't think this was a mistake. And I'm getting chills. I don't think this was a mistake. Like oh, I found my real love. I don't think this was a mistake. There's a seven of cups here. There's a choice card. Whoa! If your boyfriend, is the best friend her boyfriend? Whoa! Wait, huh? Hold on. Wait. Show me, Rachel. Eight of Cups. I think I did that, so I'm gonna put you back in. Genetics? I don't know, because they're not attractive people. Like, I'm sorry, they're not. Hold on. This is weird. I think the best friend is her boyfriend. 10 of Wands. Okay, this feels like an assignment. Because we got the 3 of Wands and then the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is doing the work, carrying the load. I don't feel like this was an accident. I don't feel like their meeting, their paths crossing, was an accident at all. I don't know if they grew up together, but there's something here that is not right, because here's the High Priestess card, the Hidden Agendas card. This does not feel like an accident at all. We got the Ten of Swords in reverse. This doesn't feel like an accident. Got the Two of Wands in reverse. This is the best laid plans. He effed up her plans by making these mistakes with his storytelling. Oh, wow. And the story just got a new life with the Four of Cups in reverse. Wait. Let me see if there's anything different that a Ten of Swords can be. Y'all, I don't think this was an accident. Holding on, unrealized potential. Ten of Swords symbolizes endings, release, and surrendering to closure. Relationships, you're coming out of a bad habit that has negatively impacted your relationship. Career, you've outgrown your job. No. I don't know what this Ten of Swords means, so I needed some clarity. Hey girl, listen, this Lindsay case just went crazy with us. Genetic assignment. Interesting. Hold on, let me see what lies beneath, because there's something crazy here. Listen, girl, Krista, we I don't know where this Lindsay case going. I'm getting chills. All right, hold on. What lies? Is this me? There's a debt here also. That's interesting. They dropped back out. What lies beneath? Stagnant water. What does that mean? Safety became a pond. Comfort became a lid. Now it's just warm, standing death. I don't know what this means. Debt and then stagnant water. I'm lost. Hold on. The lie. And then data. What the? I guess, like, I'm shocked about what Patrick possibly has that these people want. You know what I mean? But he is a tech guy. Is he a smart one? Because he doesn't seem that way. The foundation is a fiction. The stability is an act. It will collapse under its own weight. I don't think she loves him. I don't know. Maybe she has become. You're not a person. You're a constellation of harvestable points. Harvestable points. Your autonomy is a rounding error. This feels like an assignment. You're not a person. You have an assignment. Anything else? It could be an experiment or something. I don't know. The gaze. Oh, it comes back to that crazy gaze card. The monster was the guard. The treasure was the door. It was blocking. The key was your unwavering look. It's her gaze. See the woman? Okay, so the key was your unwavering look. The monster was the guard. The treasure was the door. What does Patrick have? That I don't understand. A lab? I'm wondering if there is something. Hold on. Let's reread this chick. Cause like to me, this is the spy card, kind of the two of wands. He looks like one, but that's weird. That would be weird. She made this happen. I don't think they accidentally crossed paths or just fell in love or something like that. I think this was all deliberate. The last witness was involved in counterattack. For real? Wait. He was? 9 of Wands. 7 of Cups. All right, tell me about Rachel, please. Is she a mastermind? Oh. There's a reason why she's studying this drug. Y'all, the first card out, 5 of Swords. This is like a biochemical warfare type of thing. Knight of Wands. Exactly. This would be used in hits. 8 of Cups. Not walking away. What does that mean? Y'all. And there's that 6 of Swords. Was she stuck on something and needed his help? Because there's the Page of Cups, and that's like what he is, a little page. And then there's a 7 of Cups, presenting choice. Choose. So he had to choose. She was not going to keep seeing him. He had to choose. 10 of Cups. He had to choose her or his family. You or your family. This is crazy. No, you're not getting me off track. I just don't know how it all goes together, but I do think her medicine is involved. So I don't think you're wrong. I just don't know how it all goes together. Exactly. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, thank you. Okay, this card is here. She's here. Thank God. Justice. Because I was just going to get chills. Because here's another Hitman card. But I've been thinking about this 6 of Swords card about how basically Lindsay did not stay in the light. So that's ruining their plans too, which was why also the 2 of Wands was in reverse. Lindsay is such a good girl. Oh my God. When I tell you red is amazing, you know, he was questioning the police officer, right? And he was like, this is such a tiny room. You had to stand there the whole time? Was there another officer with you? Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, while you were there, she coded? He's saying there was a hit on her allegedly. That makes sense why Red is in this. Because Red did big time criminals. Like them kind of criminals. Like the people we talking about. Holy crap. Wait. This was a hit job. Like a practice. What? Right, it feels like an assignment. Hold on. Hold on. Was Red onto them? Is Red onto them? Am I using these? No. Okay. What am I using? The new ones. Okay, where are they at? Where are the new ones? Oh, okay. Is Red onto them? Hold on. Hold on. Y'all, this is some wild shit. Okay. I could be far into the woods on this one. What? Like, we've lost so many people. Hold on. Was Red onto them? Is that what you're telling me? That Red is onto something weird happening. He is. What? Y'all. He is. Nine of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. The Moon card. And the Empress in reverse. He was. He was on to something about this being bigger than Lindsay. Huh. That would be interesting. I wonder if he is. Can we use these cards to see if he's one of us? What is this card? What's a 9? Oh, this is a 9 of Pentacles. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. That's usually greed or the ollies. So is Red one of us? Is Red one of us, or is he just a really sleuthy guy? If he's one of us, we'll see Cups or High Priestess or something like that. If he's just a really sleuthy, smart guy, we'll see more swords. So, is Red one of us? This is a weird... This is... Girl, why? Why is it both? No, he's really good at... He's really good at... he's a really sleuthy guy. He likes puzzles. That's the 9 of Swords again. He likes puzzles and he likes to get people like Lindsay out. However, I think he is still one of us because look what just came out. So we have the Chariot, which is a water card. We have the Star, which is celestial being, and up there. And then we also have the Hermit. Y'all know that's my Spirit Walker type of card. Okay, so that's 2 major arcana. Then we also have the Empress. He does have a bleeding heart. He has his feminine, or as Carly and Susie said earlier, his I forgot what she said. Something masculine, like divine masculine. But it's not masculine. He's actually, as men get older, they get more female, more feminine. So there's that, and then so I think it's both. He looks like he's a cross of both. It's like using his own gifts help him be that. Yeah. He's such a father, like the way he deals with her. Yep, that's family. What number is that? Yeah, 10. 10, family and legacy. He does care about his legacy. But this is also about the kids. This is also about the kids. There's a 7 of Pentacles here and a 2 of Pentacles here. It's not about the money. It's about the values. It's about that. But then also our good old friend, Justice. And also a Page of Pentacles. So now we have a lot of Pentacles. and he wants to help her. So that's the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Shit, that's a lot of pentacles. I'm getting a lot of chills. Okay, because he's seeing the hit on her, and he knows about the affair. And again, the Tower card, he's not with that. He understood that. What happened? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentacles initially out of 6 cards, but then I pulled some more because there's the Eight of Wands. He handled that. There's the Queen with her intuition. And then there's the Magician, the good one. So he's a magician. So I would definitely say yes. He has that and more. That and more. Okay. So let's get back to this other question. Okay, not these then. All right, cool. So that other question is, you know what? This is a Nick's question. I'm going to have to come back to that tomorrow because I got to see if we are far away from the truth or if we're actually closer to it than we think. We're going to have to see. He said he's what? Y'all, please remember this. I'm not going to come on late tonight. But please remember that we have to revisit this Lindsay thing with Nyx because I'm perplexed about how this thing turned different than what we're looking at. Yeah, interviews today. He said he believed it. Yes. Oh, good. His wife posted on TT the flowers people sent for her. Aw. Okay. And I love, I gave my little $5 or $10, but I love that the parents got over $1 million. The parents have been through so much too. They have given up everything to support their daughter. And I'm so glad she knows there are people behind her. Her own parents, who, if she really had killed those kids, would have had every right to, be upset. But they would have, I think a lot of people who knew her is like, I don't get it, but I understand, you know. Nope, you didn't lead me astray because we had already started going that way. So I was like, wait, what's happening? Girl, this is what I'm saying. Reality aside, this is an amazing story. It's riveting. Reality aside, I got to push reality over there because reality is sad as hell. But yeah, I gave, and they raised over $1 million. And because this TikToker was like, when she found out the parents had mortgaged their house and everything to help, she was like, we got to help the parents. We can't help her defense fund, but we can give to the parents to help them with their home. Because they gave up their house. They were living in hotels and everything. And then to find out your son-in-law, listen, I was going to cuss. Okay. That's not the only thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I'm serious, Carly. Reality. We can't do Knicks tonight because I think we would be in Knicks way too long. Because I got so many questions now, and who knows what path we're going down. Because are we back to the pedophile card? You know what I mean? What? Is this a different ring? Okay, but I wanted to ask. Was it about hockey? Was it about hockey again? He came out with that BS. Oh, we have to reach across the aisle, but nobody is exempt. We can punish them. Shut up, Patrick, because I'm gonna call him one of those too. All right, so hockey. Let's look for you about what's beneath, and we'll doodle tarot you. Listen, you have to push reality aside with that Lindsay story because damn, this is real life. This woman's life is tore up. So you're reality aside. Listen. Hockey. Ooh. There's something there about hockey because my little third eye just had a little extra stretch of muscle just then. Hockey. What's going on with you, baby? What is really going on with you? I think he's scared. Like I said, I think he's scared of going to jail because he blocked. Girl, why they came out exactly how they supposed to come out? We got betrayal And we have systemic neglect. What? And then we have numb. So, numb is you didn't stop feeling you built a dam. Now the reservoir is full of still dark water and the pressure is cracking the wall. Ooh, he's cracking. Okay. Let's go. Okay, and then it says betrayal. The knife wasn't in your back, it was in the hand you were holding. It was in the hand you were holding. I don't think I read that right before. It wasn't in your back. It was in the hand you were holding. So is that Kush? And then it says systemic neglect. The neglect isn't an oversight. It's a budget item. Isn't he on the budget committee? Then it says, your suffering is the cost of doing business, written off in advance. Why is this card on the money? Okay. Yeah, we're going to look at him real quick and then we'll call it a day. Let me say real quick, but listen, Jen, you're going to love Big Ben. I'm sorry, Big Ben. Big Red. This man, I'm telling you, he's Matlock and Columbo put together. And I'm like, I hope my grandma watching, because like I used to watch it with my grandma. I blame Susie because she started us on this. But you know, since the Nolan case hit kind of a low, I was like, all right, let me look at it now. Because the Nolan case isn't going to grand jury till October. So I was like, let me look at this. Ooh, I can't look away. All right, so Hakeem. We're looking at you one more time. Can you show me what's really going on? You gave me system neglect, numb, and betrayal. So what's really going on? What is he really doing? Oh, I think we saw these before. Oh, when I say he's shitting bricks, y'all. Hockey is, listen. By the way, y'all go ahead and hit that like button, please. Hit subscribe also, then you can talk to us. This is my first time in 3 hours even mentioning this, but please. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. I would love for YouTube to pay me so I don't have to go begging people for money. Because I gotta make $1,600 in the next 5 days. All right, but we're so close. We're at 862 subscribers, so we're only 138 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers, so they can pay me for the ads they put in these videos. Because that's not fair. Anyway, y'all, Two of Swords. This boy is straddling the line. He is not. He don't know what to do. He is rent. When I say torn apart, he is rent. He got tough decisions. He's at a stalemate. He's stuck in the middle. He's blind to the truth. Rent. He thinks people are going to believe him. Oh no, we finna eat you up on the interwebs, sweetheart. You have pretty much signed your career death warrant. There's some asset here. Ooh, and let me tell you, this shit gonna be exposed. And you know what that means? End of career. Oh my God. Are you crying? Whoa. I have to show it to you. So, that's foreign asset stuff. There it is. Being exposed. There it is. End of your career. And there it is. Grieving the loss. Because who's laughing? The man called Kush. Ha 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 ha. Okay? So, and you're going to be overwhelmed with this Ten of Wands, with the work the work that they had to do, with all these messaging now that's going against you, and you're having to come out and do little selfies, and you know we will push people to the full extent of the law. Blah, 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 blah. No, you're not. But don't worry about it, because we will handle business. That's why we're putting in these new people. Because there's a tower, baby. It's going to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. November 3rd, whenever these people get there. January, whatever. It's finna hit you, honey. because your marriages, your real allegiances are going to be clear. Okay. When I say he's shitting bricks, looky, looky, looky. 9 of Wands. He probably popping tums too, child. During the day. I sleep during the day. That's why I got to change my schedule because I don't get shit done. I need to go to sleep. But I can't go to sleep. The kids are getting up for school, so I have to make sure they go hit the bus and then I go to bed. And then, yep, here he is carrying water for them, kind of basically. So he's our Trojan horse, or their Trojan horse. He's a paid op. Honestly, if y'all remember, I think he is threatened, like his family and whatnot. But I think now it's even more than that. It's what he did when he was threatened. So now he's an op, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. And they're going to know what he did in November 24. How he did not follow through on the plan. Anyway, so Trojan horse, look at this. 3 nights, y'all. 3 nights in a row. If I was him, I'd be worried about that one though, because that is the Knight of Wands. Because it is followed by the 4 of Swords. This is people putting you out to pasture. Is this people making you have an accident? Maybe. Maybe. Because you know 4 of Swords. Now 4 of Swords could be leaping into action, or 4 of Swords could be being put out to pasture in reverse. And I think in this case, it's put out to pasture. Especially if I'm going to go with the 9 of Swords card and the Tower card and the 5 of Cups card. Listen, I was going to sleep and then I drank energy because I was like, there's no way I can neglect my community 3 days in a row. Because I didn't come on Sunday. Well, I did the thing with, hold on. I did the thing with Scott on Tuesday. I didn't come on then. I don't think I didn't come on Sunday. Did I come on Monday? I don't remember. But I'm like, I can't do that to them. I'm going to have to come on. Plus, we have stuff to talk about, and I love being with y'all. Okay. Yeah. So, woo! And then 9 of Cups, y'all. This is not getting your wish. This is failure. And like I said, I think the message is going to be all over the place. And I think it's going to be about how, yep. Ooh. This is interesting. Ooh. I'm sorry. Ooh. This is so interesting. Because we got the star card followed by the moon card. Y'all know the star is sometimes the blue star country. The moon is a secret ship. And Jared is blue star country. BB is his godfather. Was his godfather. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. So, then we're followed by who? Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, is Ira, the Persian country. Ooh, is Ira the one who's going to tell? Because there's the Emperor, which is Ben. Ben could be demanding something. Because there's the 5 of Wands, which is fighting. Oh, and then look. Because 7 of Wands was next, but 7 of Wands just fell off the pile. So I don't even think I'm supposed to read it. Because this is like being able to hold your ground and fight it off. I don't think I'm supposed to read this. Because the one that became very clear is the 3 of Swords. And the abuse of power. All this wand energy. And the fact that he's not going to recover. And that all his plans have gone awry. Y'all, that's 3 1. There's the abuse of power. Not surviving. The 2 of Wands. The 8 of Wands. The 5 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Knight of Wands. That's a lot of wands, boy. Oh, this ain't your year. If I knew astrology, I would look him up. Because there's also the 3 of Wands. If I knew astrology, I would look him up. Because I think this is your worst year. This might be all his transits and all this stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of wants. Yeah, girl. It does make sense because I'm telling you, that China stuff threw me. I was like, this is not how I wanted to start my day. And I know I'm saying that from a privileged place because I wasn't there. And it's weird because somebody said the same thing I'd be thinking. It's like, and you really can't get trapped in this thinking because this will ruin you, you know. But I can scroll away. You know what I mean? And they could literally be still fighting for their lives if they survive that water. And when I be thinking about the juxtaposition of people in extreme this or extreme that on earth, is like at the same time, sometimes it messes me up. So I can't think about it like that. All I can do is be the best me I can be and show up and do, you know, and put out that energy. You know, like we were talking about the horses. And next thing you know, I go on TV and I see Colorado bought 20,000 acres or something. I'm like, why does the state have to buy its own acres? You know, whatever it is. I don't know how it worked. All I know is they created a place for the horses. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, and then you hear about the indigenous people who were rounding up the horses to bring them to their land. Um, and then you had this white guy who somehow had a hell of a lot of acres, thousands of acres. And he was like, I just need your help to get the horses here. I'll pay you $25 in a horse instead of them paying you $25 to kill them, you know, or whatever. So that was good energy, you know, and it was so good. It was really good energy. Um, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know what we just read on. Oh, hockey. I just feel bad for him in a way, but it's like choices. It's like you gave in and now, and that's the thing I learned like watching movies and stuff is if you give in to someone's blackmail once, they now have you on the line because they can prove that you gave in. So now they have proof that you did the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's like now you're stuck. And that's why they say you don't give in to bullies. Um, but you know, sometimes when you don't give in to bullies, they do whatever they promise to do. All right, so the guy, CIA director, Tarusha. Now apparently he took 2 cargo planes. And I don't know. Something about my spidey senses said there were some deportees in that second one. I don't know. I don't know. Because my mind went, didn't they do that in a cargo plane before? I don't know. Are we using these? Yes. Okay. So let's talk about that visit to Russia. Russia. Woo-hoo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that correct? Okay. This is weird. Huh. We have the house that is white. That's the 4 of Wands. We have the 9 of Cups card, which is the wish card. And my thinking is wondering, whose wish? You know, they've been trying to figure out how to get troops over to Russia. Have they figured it out? So I'm wondering, so this is the 9 of Cups card. Whose wish? Then we have the Ace of Wands. Like they came up with something crafty to get it done. And then there's the Knight of Cups. So this is Trojan. So whatever the Russians are promising, it feels like a Trojan. Okay? And then there's the Queen of Swords. I guess that's who we're calling the CI dude. because swords are intelligence. So I think he's another queenie baby. I don't see any pentacles. Because, see, I was thinking that could it, well, I had two or three thoughts. I had the deportees being dropped off. I had Muskrat being in too much trouble, so not being able to pull through. So maybe they were going to try to get Rusia to do it again. And then something third. Because it makes no sense to take two different planes. Even if you're talking about, oh, decoy. No, it makes no sense. They let themselves be tracked, which is weird, because they just showed up and just left. So there's something here that, and I don't see Empress. So I think this is somebody working in their own capacity as opposed to actually working for a government. Here's our government. So I think this is with regards to Russia. So I think there's something they were trying to get. And they were meeting to figure out how to get it done. So maybe it's going to be the way they sell it to us. Like us, the people, us, Congress, us, whatever. Okay, let's look at this. Because I do have a pentacle in reverse here. So this is a loss. So this is kind of saying it's not going to happen. Or it's saying that the loss is ours if you give in. Because I think they are talking about the deportees if they haven't already sent them. This is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And here's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is like just dropping people off. I wonder. Why did they show up? Oh, the other thing I considered it might be was bringing military equipment. They're charging him? I saw the case. Girl, how? How do you... Okay, hold on. Let's stay here. Let's stay here. Hold on. What was this visit really about? What was this visit really about? What was this visit really about? There's an Ace of Cups in reverse. It's got some Hangman energy to it and some Seven of Cups energy. An opportunity, an illusion. An illusion. I like that. Feels like an illusion of thinking that you have some kind of strength here. Okay, so there's something lonely here. The Ace of Cups is what came out here. I think it's the fact that the blue wave is happening. How do I stop it? Because it looks like block creativity. So this feels like they actually want to stop this. Okay, and then there's the Hangman energy. Okay, that makes sense. Stalling. Needless sacrifice, resistance, indecision. Stalling. Okay. There's something there. Page of Swords in reverse. All right, so, okay, what was this meeting really, really, really about? What was it really about? Seven of Swords. Oh, you're scared. You're scared of being, you're scared of having to pay the piper. Wait, did you take files there to hide? Ten of Wands. You took stuff to hide. Girl, look over here while I'm over there. Magician. They hid stuff. The Seven of Swords, trying to avoid getting caught for their stealing. They hid something. Because Seven of Swords in reverse is confession, getting caught red-handed, or having a conscience, which we know. No. They took stuff over there. They took files. They took stuff over there. They're hiding shit. There's something they're hiding. Manifestation, creativity, magician. This is illusion. Look over here, look over there. Look over here while I'm doing this over here. They're hiding evidence of some sort. Them kids. Those kids. The Six of Cups. Okay. What else are you hiding? What else did you take over there? He did? He went there too? What did you take there? Okay, Four of Cups. That's refusal. Apathy, negative outlook, contemplation. What did you take there? What else did you take there? Fuck. It is something to do with sedition and high treason. Knight of Pentacle. I'm still feeling like they're exchanging. Duh, fudge. They're exchanging. Remember, this exchange thing wasn't supposed to happen until October. It's supposed to be with cash. They popped up. So there's some pressing thing getting ready to happen here. Russia did not want them there. They want an exchange. They want a big exchange. And I think this could be soldiers and equipment. Because you see, this knight looks like a soldier. So I think this is deportees or deportees, whatever. And I also think this is, because that would be a crime. Because we don't allow it. So I think this is deportees. And I think it's also equipment. Because their equipment is old as shit. And they just found out they're using stuff that has NVIDIA in it. And they're like, wait, how's that happening? How is that happening? Isn't NVIDIA US based? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. They do want help with the November stuff. And they want to hide the stuff. This is an exchange. They went there in exchange. They went there promising. But did they bring people with them too? I feel like they might have brought people with them as well. This was an exchange. The Eight of Pentacles again. This is for guarantee of showing me how to do the thing that I need to do, because I don't think Muskrat's going to come through, because I think Muskrat is going to be in some French jail or something. If I see a King of Wands, I will know that is true. Again, the Eight of Pentacles again. And this time in reverse. They want shenanigans. There's the moon. They want those shenanigans. They want the hacking. They want the shenanigans. So they want to hide files and have help. Okay. Five of Swords. They did bring people. Come on, man. They brought people. They brought people. Fool card. Unprecedented type of thing. And they're happy with it too. But the Seven of Swords is on the bottom. This says this will be discovered. You know how they discovered there were Chinese people there? Because they were captured by the Yuki people? Yep, there's a Seven of Cups also. So Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. Feeling trapped makes opportunity. Oh, yeah, because they can walk off. They can desert. Because didn't the Chinese guys desert? There's a hangman again. Yep. Exactly. Sacrificed. 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 Seven of Swords again. I think they're going to get caught with that, though. And look, Seven of Pentacles. What they've been waiting on for the longest of time. Our help. That's what it was. So it's an exchange. They were exchanging people in exchange for help in November, as well as, well, help for November. Not just in November, but obviously now. Oh. And compromise. Thank you. They want compromise. There's a King of Cups. This is interesting. I think they want it on your boy Kush as well. I think they want compromise on Kush. That's why. Okay. This boy panicking. Because here's the Knight of Cups. Here's the Three of Wands. Same cards coming back. I think they're trying to figure out how to control this man because he's starting to get a little too big for his britches. Because there's a Four of Cups here about the refusal, and then the Ollies, and then that High Priestess stuff. And then with BB gone, remember, they're going to go after Ben. So I do think Kush is getting too big for his britches. Because Wheel of Fortune and the Moon card and the Five of Wands, I think we're aware of this. This is an interesting story. You feel it too, right? Panicked. Okay, so are you telling me we're exchanging soldiers and confidential information and panicked files in exchange for like I said, soldiers in exchange for protection and help on the E thing and help with the E thing. Yeah, okay. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to block karma from coming. They're trying to block, paying the piper from happening. So they're seeking out another gov. They're bringing gifts and tributes. But again, there's the panic that's underneath them about that blue wave. So they want the knights out here. And like I said, they're trying to get creative about it. But this isn't going to totally work because Russia isn't planning to hold up their bargain without asking for more blood. Because there's an emperor. And there's a Five of Wands. This would be stupid as hell. So will there be a successful exchange between the U.S. and Russia? That's interesting. I don't know. There's justice with the Empress right behind it. Justice with the Empress right behind it. Not standing, not surviving. Being overrun by the information and the Chariot coming after whomever was participating in that. There's a Seven of Cups here. That's illusion, delusion type of stuff. I don't think so. It's going to be temporary, but I don't think so. I see an end of conflict. I see trying to juggle with the Two of Pentacles. I don't think so. Okay, so is Russia going to help them with November? Oh, yeah, they're going to try. But it's going to be obvious. You see that? Because normally our help with November is an Eight of Pentacles. This is a 9. The 9 has a tail. Like a Russian tail. So it is going to be a trap. You see that woodpecker knocking on his damn head? You old hard-headed bastard. Oh, yeah, you're going to go too far. Yep, there's another 9. And there they are giving us what we're asking for. And there's the star. There's the manipulation. And there's being fought back. And then there's the karma coming for it. And then there's the King of Wands, which is going to be, the Senate? And then there's the 9 again in reverse. So this is interesting. It's going to look like they're winning, but they're not. Because I think Muskie's going to be in too much trouble for that. All right, we're going to leave off there. I want to dive into that more, too. We'll do that with Nyx as well tomorrow. I'm getting chills. So it's like, girl, I think you're onto something. Plus, ooh, we are. 6 of Wands. Swords. Remember, we do have a bumpy road ahead, but so do they. And it's going to be fast. All right, y'all. Ooh, let's call it a day. Full moon coming up, so some secrets are going to be let go. But guess who's behind? King of Swords. I love to see it, because that could be our boy Jack or some equivalent. All right. Love y'all. We're going to get out of here because it's almost 4 hours. If you missed it, go ahead and watch the replay. Let me turn it on public real quick. Watch the replay. There are some other replays that are really awesome in the live tab. Check y'all later. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because that's the only way to talk to us. And you're going to want to be part of this community. And we want you to as well. You can sit with us. Bye, y'all.